Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking. My fellow Africans, another responsibility has come. Let's not waste our time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking names and national and cities you are from. I'm Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. If I say, now we don't go this World Cup, now we dey enjoy them. Tomorrow, Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. I don't go too, the video don't go too long. That's it. Drop your name and your city or Brazil.
The only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. It's for Brazil to destroy Morocco. Oh, because I'm African, I have to support support which Morocco? Support which Morocco? Did Morocco will tell you the Africans? Morocco have told you in your face, you black Africans, that they're Arab. And you black Africans keep want to force yourself to support Morocco. So the only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. To destroy Morocco. When they are winning, they are Arab. When they are losing, they want to be African. My only joy tomorrow, for Brazil to destroy Morocco.
I know that as Africans, we are supposed to support each other. We are supposed to, back each other and say, Africans, no. Today, I am supporting Brazil, right? And for obvious reasons. Number one, my boy, Vini Jr. Everybody knows that I'm a very, very big fan of Vini Jr. Plays for Brazil. And also, my player, Rafinha, also plays for Brazil. So I have Brazil connection. And one of the players that made me fall in love with football, Ronaldinho, right? He's a Brazilian. So my connection with Brazil is more than my connection with Morocco, right? So today, all support is going to Brazil. I feel like Brazil, if they have to show that they want to really win this World Cup and they want to be one of the contenders to win this World Cup, this kind of match, a match against Morocco, is a game where Brazil should be showing themselves. Like they should be showing that we are back. We want to win the World Cup, right? We are one of the top South American teams. I need to see Vini Jr. perform. I need to see Rafinha perform, right? Hendrick, Igor Thiago, all the boys, Casemiro, all the boys that went with the Brazil national team. I think Brazil has a very good squad, going into this World Cup. And I think their squad should be able to at least take them to quarterfinals.
Look at this statement from Ashraf Hakimi. In Africa, they call us the Brazilians of Africa. Stop that. Clean your mouth, bro. Clean your mouth. Who calls you the Brazilians of Africa? Clean your mouth. What are you saying? You didn't even talk about Senegal. Senegal, the best team in Africa that won the Nations Cup, fair and square. You guys wanted to follow from the back and collect the Nations Cup. Have you seen that the thing don't tie rapper? Nobody is talking about that decision again. It's not pending. Now you were saying they are calling you guys the Brazilians of Africa. Who calls you that? Who called you that? You use a strategy, dark art, to nearly win the Nations Cup. You did it against Nigeria. You're stealing towels and you say Brazilians of Africa. Now, so Brazilians, they play football. In fact, because of this thing where you talk now, you see, Hakimi, the whole Africa will be supporting Brazil against Morocco. You will watch. You will see the banter. Everybody will be looking up to Brazil to beat you guys. Who calls you the Brazilians of Africa? How do you take mantles upon yourself? Now so you people want to steal a trophy from another team. Now you're calling yourself, giving yourself a name that we didn't give you. Hey.
My fellow Africans, another responsibility has come. Let's not waste our time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking names and national and cities you are from. I'm Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro.
And I am Antonio Bernardo from Sao Paulo.
My fellow Africans, another responsibility has come. Let's not waste our time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking names and national and cities you are from. I'm Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. If I say, now we don't go this World Cup, now we dey enjoy them. Tomorrow, Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. The video don't go too long. That's it. Drop your name and your city or Brazil.
The only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. It's for Brazil to destroy Morocco. Oh, because I'm African, I have to support which Morocco? Support which Morocco? Did Morocco tell you the Africans? Morocco have told you in your face, you black Africans, that they're Arab, and you black Africans keep want to force yourself to support Morocco. So the only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. To destroy Morocco. When they are winning, they are Arab. When they are losing, they want to be African. My only joy tomorrow, for Brazil to destroy Morocco.
I know that as Africans, we are supposed to support each other. We are supposed to, back each other and say, Africans, no. Today, I am supporting Brazil, right? And for obvious reasons. Number one, my boy, Vini Jr. Everybody knows that I'm a very, very big fan of Vini Jr. Plays for Brazil. And also, my player, Rafinha, also plays for Brazil. So I have Brazil connection. And one of the players that made me fall in love with football, Ronaldinho, right? He's a Brazilian. So my connection with Brazil is more than my connection with Morocco, right? So today, all support is going to Brazil. I feel like Brazil, if they have to show that they want to really win this World Cup and they want to be one of the contenders to win this World Cup, this kind of match, a match against Morocco, is a game where Brazil should be showing themselves. Like they should be showing that we are back. We want to win the World Cup, right? We are one of the top South American teams. I need to see Vini Jr. perform. I need to see Rafinha perform, right? Hendrick, Igor Thiago, all the boys, Casemiro, all the boys that went with the Brazil national team. I think Brazil has a very good squad, going into this World Cup. And I think their squad should be able to at least take them to quarterfinals.
Look at this statement from Ashraf Hakimi. In Africa, they call us the Brazilians of Africa. Stop that. Clean your mouth, bro. Clean your mouth. Who calls you the Brazilians of Africa? Clean your mouth. What are you saying? You didn't even talk about Senegal. Senegal, the best team in Africa that won the Nations Cup, fair and square. You guys wanted to follow from the back and collect the Nations Cup. Have you seen that the thing don't tie rapper? Nobody is talking about that decision again. It's not pending. Now you were saying they are calling you guys the Brazilians of Africa. Who calls you that? Who called you that? You use a strategy, dark art, to nearly win the Nations Cup. You did it against Nigeria. You're stealing towels and you say Brazilians of Africa. Now, so Brazilians, they play football. In fact, because of this thing where you talk now, you see, Hakimi, the whole Africa will be supporting Brazil against Morocco. You will watch. You will see the banter. Everybody will be looking up to Brazil to beat you guys. Who calls you the Brazilians of Africa? How do you take mantles upon yourself? Now so you people want to steal a trophy from another team. Now you're calling yourself, giving yourself a name that we didn't give you. Hey.
My fellow Africans, another responsibility has come. Let's not waste our time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking names and national and cities you are from. I'm Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro.
And I am Antonio Bernardo from Sao Paulo.
My fellow Africans, another responsibility has come. Let's not waste our time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking names and national and cities you are from. I'm Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. If like I say, now we no go this World Cup, now we dey enjoy them. Tomorrow, Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. I don't go too, the video don't go too long. That's it. Drop your name and your city or Brazil.
The only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. It's for Brazil to destroy Morocco. Oh, because I'm African, I have to support which Morocco? Support which Morocco? Did Morocco tell you the Africans? Morocco have told you in your face, you black Africans, that they're Arab, and you black Africans keep want to force yourself to support Morocco. So the only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. To destroy Morocco. When they are winning, they are Arab. When they are losing, they want to be African. My only joy tomorrow for Brazil to destroy Morocco.
I know that as Africans, we are supposed to support each other. We are supposed to, back each other and say, Africans, no. Today, I am supporting Brazil, right? And for obvious reasons. Number one, my boy, Vini Jr. Everybody knows that I'm a very, very big fan of Vini Jr. Plays for Brazil. And also, my player, Rafinha, also plays for Brazil. So I have Brazil connection. And one of the players that made me fall in love with football, Ronaldinho, right? He's a Brazilian. So my connection with Brazil is more than my connection with Morocco, right? So today, all support is going to Brazil. I feel like Brazil, if they have to show that they want to really win this World Cup and they want to be one of the contenders to win this World Cup, this kind of match, a match against Morocco, is a game where Brazil should be showing themselves. Like they should be showing that we are back. We want to win the World Cup, right? We are one of the top South American teams. I need to see Vini Jr. perform. I need to see Rafinha perform, right? Hendrick, Igor Thiago, all the boys, Casemiro, all the boys that went with the Brazil national team. I think Brazil has a very good squad, going into this World Cup. And I think their squad should be able to at least take them to quarterfinals.
Look at this statement from Ashraf Hakimi. In Africa, they call us the Brazilians of Africa. Stop that. Clean your mouth, bro. Clean your mouth. Who calls you the Brazilians of Africa? Clean your mouth. What are you saying? You didn't even talk about Senegal. Senegal, the best team in Africa that won the Nations Cup, fair and square. You guys wanted to follow from the back and collect the Nations Cup. Have you seen that the thing don't tie rapper? Nobody is talking about that decision again. It's not pending. Now you were saying they are calling you guys the Brazilians of Africa. Who calls you that? Who called you that? You use a strategy, dark art, to nearly win the Nations Cup. You did it against Nigeria. You're stealing towels and you say Brazilians of Africa. Now, so Brazilians, they play football. In fact, because of this thing where you talk now, you see, Hakimi, the whole Africa will be supporting Brazil against Morocco. You will watch. You will see the banter. Everybody will be looking up to Brazil to beat you guys. Who calls you the Brazilians of Africa? How do you take mantles upon yourself? Now so you people want to steal a trophy from another team. Now you're calling yourself, giving yourself a name that we didn't give you. Hey.
My fellow Africans, another responsibility has come. Let's not waste our time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking names and national and cities you are from. I'm Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro.
And I am Antonio Bernardo from Sao Paulo.
My fellow Africans, another responsibility has come. Let's not waste our time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking names and national and cities you are from. I'm Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. If I say, now we don't go this World Cup, now we dey enjoy them. Tomorrow, Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. I don't go too. You don't go too long. That's it. Drop your name and your city, or Brazil.
The only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. It's for Brazil to destroy Morocco. Oh, because I'm African, I have to support support which Morocco? Support which Morocco? Did Morocco tell you the Africans? Morocco have told you in your face, you black Africans, that they're Arab, and you black Africans keep want to force yourself to support Morocco. So the only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. To destroy Morocco. When they are winning, they are Arab. When they are losing, they want to be African. My only joy tomorrow, for Brazil to destroy Morocco.
I know that as Africans, we are supposed to support each other. We are supposed to, back each other and say, Africans, no. Today, I am supporting Brazil, right? And for obvious reasons. Number one, my boy, Vini Jr. Everybody knows that I'm a very, very big fan of Vini Jr. Plays for Brazil. And also, my player, Rafinha, also plays for Brazil. So I have Brazil connection. And one of the players that made me fall in love with football, Ronaldinho, right? He's a Brazilian. So my connection with Brazil is more than my connection with Morocco, right? So today, all support is going to Brazil. I feel like Brazil, if they have to show that they want to really win this World Cup and they want to be one of the contenders to win this World Cup, this kind of match, a match against Morocco, is a game where Brazil should be showing themselves. Like they should be showing that we are back. We want to win the World Cup, right? We are one of the top South American teams. I need to see Vini Jr. perform. I need to see Rafinha perform, right? Hendrick, Igor Thiago, all the boys, Casemiro, all the boys that went with the Brazil national team. I think Brazil has a very good squad, going into this World Cup. And I think their squad should be able to at least take them to quarterfinals.
Look at this
Top 5 countries.
From
I'll
that
go for
short
Portugal,
So you start
Argentina,
here.
Yeah.
The whole beat
France.
process.
The baking process. We had the Krobos that introduced the beat grass beat.
Glass
The Krobos.
Senegal.
Okay.
They introduced grass beat.
Where do beats come from?
It comes from
England.
Greece.
Me angasa no me team no dey me team but team am me so bet me ya dey pa no na ya 5 teams ya am abom say we show am players and am performance e wo mo recently friendly sa mo boy ni dey mo na me say me bet me aye at least wonders e wo tournament we
top five teams. The World Cup. Those who will win the World Cup. You want the top 5 who will win the World Cup. Okay. First, I'll tip my own country, Ghana, Brazil, France, Argentina, then Portugal. This is the top 5. I believe in me that they can do well in this World Cup.
Okay, thank you. First of all, top 5 countries. I will choose Spain first. Second by France, England, Portugal, Argentina.
Why?
I want to say recently in Spain, I'm a champions of Europe, and I heard Spain guys now. Obia beje World Cup no. The last time I Spain winning World Cup, it was South Africa no. Now our Barcelona players, Mako almost about 9, 7, and they started one national team no. Omo nyina also started Barcelona national team no. It is omo konya omo sa no national team no. Obia aso bo ma wonim de ode ye dey. Mamemo another example. German. The last time a German winning World Cup, na German, our Bayern Munich players almost best 8 or 9. Omunyina started with Bayern Munich, and he from our national team. Omunyina ko started with national team no. Ekobasa awunya players 10 about the same club. Ya omo ba national team omo san be started. Omunya bo a obi anim de ode ye dey. So what am I saying? Spain now recently we just Spain team ne kura wo dey bana. They have young chaps. The likes of Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams and the rest. So and now we 9 players, 9 or 8 are free Barcelona here there. But the same thing and they call South Africa. It is Spain a favorite. England now me choose soon for the third. England a media hype. England media hype. I mean, set the example about the likes of Anthony Gordon, Marcus Rashford, and the rest. Media and I'm hype. Come, Anthony Gordon and can reach 70 million euros. A media hype. Maybe a Barcelona fan, but we are all praying. Say, about Famano. To me, that's my opinion. Spain a favorite. Argentina. Argentina. I'm build a national team no Atletico Madrid. Tell me the can't catch it. Say, we club be our better World Cup now. I'm best 7 or 6 players are starting with the same club. Okay, Atletico Madrid. Argentina building the national team with Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, our best 6 players are equal up for Argentina. Yeah, we now starting with Atletico Madrid team. Omunyina also started Argentina national team. It is a surprise no my boy for so many years. No so boma. Omunim de omde here there.
Now offer your top 5 countries.
Okay, Ghana, Spain, France, Argentina, and Portugal. Oh, like ball mo born like a swing, like on ball mo home modern. So what I say, like their style of play cry FA. And a ball so munimbo. Almost answer experience. We in your first time omu perform your World Cup. On my back to back. See, that's what I see from them.
Me to me no me pese Argentina sanje. Argentina 1, Spain, Portugal, England, and I'm the Brazil account. Then time pese Argentina jene say omo defending champions. On the last yana players na omo the last 4 years and omo like phobia abe frame. Argentina a favorite, so betima asanje.
So, what top 5 countries do you think can make it in the World Cup?
Me countries are pesto Portugal, France, Argentina, Morocco is a favorite. And Ghana, their team are away there better. JJ Benim.
First, I'm very going to need Ghana. Because I papa ever fear so yeah. And then who say kita team yeah, Ghana. Let's choose Ghana first. Now I choose Portugal second. Now I choose Argentina, Germany. Now if you the last one, I choose England.
Number 1, Argentina, and Portugal, and Brazil, and Argentina. Ghana so count. Yes, me clone Ghana, me country Ghana count.
5. I want South Africa to win. 1 South Africa, 2 South Africa, 3 South Africa, 4 South, and 5 to South Africa. Because I like them, the way they are. I see myself in them, how they do their things, I'm a piano and everything. I just love South Africa, and I want them to win.
The top 5 countries you're expecting to do well in the World Cup?
Oh, for my side, my favorite teams, I have 2 by 5 there. I call my Portugal, first one. That's my top ranking. Then I call France. Then I call Croatia. Then last one I'm Ghana.
Okay.
They say me Ghana. They say me I'm choose Ghana. Shame.
Argentina be qualified for World Cup. Because Argentina for no more quality players. So what I say, yes, Argentina for team yeah, Spain for no. Activate magic. Cap no if you say omo players. Ewo where eyimu pa. So what I say, if you say omo players no. Omo quality players. Omo the ball. Obi who say yes. Players ni we players ni ball. They say they don't want to can but maybe 2 teams play. Me mount 5 teams country be 2 countries. Argentina, Spain. Maybe no.
First of all, my first team I'm person winning World Cup there, England. The second team, Portugal. Third team, France. And US. So we born home modern kakra and Croatia. Top 5 person born modern World Cup nation. Oh, man, who say England? But the past 12 years, England will World Cup biara. Performance near fine. But I say on team in conference, but England will come anymore. Croatia will come anymore. Until I'm who say Umatima come anymore. I could do finance.
Oh, actually, the Ghana there. We say Ghana there. 5 countries there. Ghana is my favorite. Winning. Say it back of finance. Ghana, Argentina, Portugal, England, and Morocco. I think Africa country, 2 countries. Ghana, Morocco.
Okay. And now
the top 5 crowd 2 pe. Mexico ni Ghana.
Today in Mexico and Ghana bet me winning.
Yeah, in Mexico, there was some borders go more. Rather than Gasa, Shato, or man, as you know, On first second year for first. Why?
That's first because of home support. Mean to me Chaga number.
All right, so thanks for joining us. It is another match day live right here on GhanaWeb TV, where we bring you the live commentary of Brazil's game against the Atlas Lions of Morocco. After becoming the first African country to qualify to the semifinals of the FIFA World Cup, Morocco are hoping to go higher, and that is why they are hoping for a place in the final. But after 24 years, Brazil are hoping to get their hand on the golden trophy. The record champions of the World Cup, they are still waiting for the trophy. But the most disappointing history for Brazil is that no foreign coach has won the World Cup before. And if I talk about a foreign coach, I mean no country has used a foreign coach to win the World Cup. Can Carlo Ancelotti become the first coach who is going to break the long, history that has been in existence since 1930. My name is Joel Eshen, and thanks for joining us. It is Rush Energy Drink, DSTV, Ulas Enterprise, Verna Natural Mineral Water, and, Just Chinese, who are making sure that this broadcast will be a reality. And also, Malcolm, who are, asking us to spend 800 Ghana cedis and more and win exciting prizes. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll start the discussion.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola, locate the QR code on the label, scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment. I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink.
All right, thanks for joining us. And also, it is Malcolm, Rush Energy Drink, Ulas Enterprise, Just Chinese. And, yes, bringing us and making sure that this broadcast is a reality. Frank Echampo. Frank, good evening. Brazil against Mexico, what are we expecting?
I'm expecting the Samba football. Even though it's been not too long since Carlo took over, I think he has the experience, the expertise, the tactics to get this Brazilian team play to how the Brazilians want them to play. They've been good over the years, but what's lacking is that the fans are not happy that they are swaying away from their typical Samba football style. But I think with Carlo, with how he's managed Vinicius at Real Madrid and how he knows how to get the best out of certain players, I believe he can get the Samba football back too. And so tonight I'm expecting very nice football play. But from Morocco, I think because this is a new coach, I don't know the tactics he would want to play. But knowing Morocco, they also don't sit back. They will also want to play just like Hakimi said. He's saying they are the Brazilians of Africa.
But who gave them that?
He
that
said in Africa.
He said in Africa
yes.
they are referred to
But
as
that's
the
not
Brazilians
true.
of Africa.
Yes.
Who gave them that title?
It used to be the Black Stars, but we are no longer there. But maybe he said it somewhere. I don't know where he heard it though. But if they feel that they are the Brazilians of Africa, I don't think they would want to sit back and then soak pressure and play on the counter. So I'm expecting two tactical teams, two attacking teams, giving us entertainment tonight.
All right. Benjamin Saki is here. Ben, two teams who are in the top 10 ranked teams ahead of this competition, Morocco and then Brazil.
It simply tells you that we should expect a very cagey encounter. These are two teams who have proven themselves when it comes to the World Cup, and Morocco having been to the semi-final in Qatar 2022. And we know the history of Brazil. It's just unfortunate that in recent times, they've not been able to replicate that sort of performances that the Peles and Ronaldos used to give us in those days. But this time around, they also have the likes of Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes, and a host of world-class players. But unfortunately, when they play, we don't see that cohesion in the team, that they gel together and give us that sort of performance that we are used to. Carlo Ancelotti has taken over. He's done fairly well, but there are matches that when they play, you still don't see that like this is a team built together to win games. When they come up against the top sides, it looks like they may be shaky in some moments. And so this game is a test for them because Morocco also ranked in the top 10, as you rightly said. So I expect a very close game, a very tight game. And then also in terms of Morocco, their new coach is also a factor here. If you know the one that took them last year and even the AFCON, then afterwards he left. It's just unfortunate. If they had him, I think that there will be a huge force to reckon with. Having the same coach and then coming to the World Cup. I think that they should have convinced him to stay for the World Cup at least, but unfortunately it was his decision to leave.
Who?
Walid Regragui to stay. It would have been the ideal moment for them to come and compete. They have been a huge force to reckon with. Having the same coach, the philosophy has been there for years. And so just coming into this competition, they would have been a very formidable force. I still think they are, but with a new coach, as Frank said, we don't know what ideas he's bringing on board and whether he will be able to infuse his ideas into the team and then the players to be able to play up to that standard. We are yet to see. But I think this game serves as a test for Carlo Ancelotti's men. Morocco is they are a very strong side. The Hakimis, Unahi, and then a host of other key players that we expect. I expect a very tight game.
All right, so Benjamin expects a very tight game. Now the question everybody is asking is that Morocco's campaign in 2022, was it a fluke or they can't do it again? Because in 1990, when when Cameroon made it to the quarterfinals in 1994 was a disaster. The same with Senegal when they made it to the 2002 quarterfinals. In 2006, they couldn't even qualify. The Black Stars in 2010, when they qualified for the quarterfinals, just a kick away from the semifinals in 2014, was a complete disaster. They managed to finish the group stage without winning a single game, and they were booted out of the group. So now the question everybody is asking is that Morocco's run to the semi-finals, was it a fluke or not? Let me introduce Prince Owusu Ansah for joining us. Prince, Morocco, and then Brazil.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. I think it's going to be a very cagey encounter this evening, and looking at the fact that it's a fixture that is going to be about history and, of course, Renaissance. Now, history in the sense that historically Brazil have won the World Cups more than any other nation, and Renaissance in the sense that the last 4 years, we saw what happened when Morocco went to Qatar. And even around that period, we saw how they were able to, develop their football to some level. Now they have become an international brand. They've become an international force. So comparatively, you realize that when it comes to history, the Brazilians have the edge. But when it comes to modern day football, I think the Moroccans have been able to go beyond, expectations. The first example to this effect is what happened during the 2022 World Cup, where they were even able to eliminate, Portugal and of course Spain before becoming the first ever African country to get to the last four of the World Cup. It shows their resilience. It shows how, prepared they were as a nation. Now they come back into this competition for the successive time, knowing very well that they won 8 out of 8 during the qualifiers. And as you rightly said, in terms of FIFA ranking, they are ranked 7th, just a step after, the team that they are playing against. So it clearly shows that indeed the Moroccans are doing something right, and they have done it very well and have become, the eye of many, especially football lovers across the globe. So coming up against a side like Brazil, I know how delicate this fixture is. So the Moroccans will have their own way of assessing the whole situation and also giving themselves a very good approach in order not to concede. Remember this, that in terms of World Cup opening matches, Brazil are unbeaten in their last 20 World Cup opening matches, having won 17 and drawn 3. So clearly it shows that when it comes to opening matches in the World Cup, the Brazilians are up to it. And no wonder when it comes to the World Cup itself, they have historically won it 5 times, more than any other nation. So it's going to be a good game, Joel. But mind you, in as much as we are looking at its beauty in a way, we need to also consider how the nitty-gritties of this game will pan out and how both coaches are likely to approach it in all.
All right, so that is Prince Owusu Ansah. Prince is going to be our commentator for this particular game, so expect more from him. But the question I'm asking is that, are Brazil title contenders? Benjamin?
Obviously not. To me, I don't see them as title contenders. They may be among the teams that they have chance, but I don't see them as title contenders. Their performance in recent times, I don't think they've shown us a lot of consistency. And then in the build-up to the World Cup, there are some games where you see that they struggle. There are other games where even the last game they played against Egypt. You see how, although they were able to beat them, but there were lots of chances that they conceded. If Egypt had been clinical, the game would have ended in a draw or a defeat. But I don't see them as title contenders. If you look at the likes of Spain, France, Argentina, I mean, these are teams that if you look at, if you cast your mind back to matches that they've played and their performances heading into the World Cup, it clearly tells you that they have a very good team, well built together. They gel together when they are playing. You see that, yes, this is a team playing, and they have the quality of players that when it matters most and the going gets tough, these players will come to the party and then salvage them. Title contenders, no. I think the best that Carlo can do this time around, maybe get to semis. I think semis will be, he will make a very good impression if he is able to get to the semi-final. But winning the title, I don't say. If it happens, fine. But to me, per their performances and what Brazil have, shown us in recent times, I don't see them as title contenders.
Frank, it looks like you clearly disagree with Benjamin.
I do, and because when you mention the World Cup, you can't do away with Brazil. They are the Real Madrid of the World Cup when it comes to the number of times they've won it. And if you have a Thiago who scored over 20 Premier League goals, you have midfielders like Lucas Paqueta, you have Casemiro, and then a Champions League, 2 Champions League finalists. That's Gabriel and then Marquinhos marshalling your defense. There is Alisson in your post, and then you have a very, a coach who is shown at the highest level that I can win, and I've won multiple trophies. You wouldn't want to do away with the fact that they are not title contenders. They are one of the favorites heading into this World Cup. You talk about Spain because of the cohesion and all that, but during World Cup tournaments, sometimes it's just like Ronaldo said, it's a 7. This time it will be an 8, 8-game tournament. But once you are away from the group stages, the other games you don't need to play properly. You just have to get your work done. Win whether penalties, 1-0 wins or whatever you do. Just get out of that knockout stage, progress to the next round. And with how Vinicius have been, chastised back in Brazil, he would want to show something. And with this is also a new, something with Carlo Ancelotti. He's never been a national team coach, and he would also want to, prove something to this Brazilian that I belong and I want to win. So with the history, sometimes history do not, play in terms of this tournament, but you can't still downplay history. Brazil are the pioneers of this World Cup, and when we are talking about those who are favorites, definitely they would have to be inside.
All right, so definitely they will have to be inside. Prince, do you share the same opinion?
Well, I wouldn't hold him for saying so, But let's be honest with ourselves. Practically speaking, apart from 2002, Brazil have never been the same. And I think they came closer in 2006 when they went to the last 8 of the competition, even in which they lost against France.
Yeah.
Now, since then, things have never been the same. Now, in 2014, remember when they hosted in Brazil, the most humiliating defeat in the history of the last 4 of the World Cup was recorded by the same Brazil.
With all the stars that they
Yes,
had.
but
Yes,
you
the
talk
Neymar,
about
peak Neymar.
no,
at the
yes.
time.
Neymar was absent. Thiago Silva was absent.
Neymar
You
alone.
talk about
no,
these were
Neymar
2 key
alone.
players.
They are
These were
two,
two key
wait,
players
they were
who-
2 key players,
yes,
well
Thiago
understood.
Silva
But
at
what
the
I'm
back
saying is that
was a very key
even
player.
around that time, Germany had a very solid team, an unbeatable side. Even if those 2 key players had been in it, still they would have lost, except for the fact that maybe the margin would have reduced a little.
They
But
would
for
have
them,
lost.
it was impossible.
Yeah.
Now let's put it this way: if you take a look at Brazil, I always say this, that history and talent, they don't come hand in hand, and the reason is simple. If you build on history, it could get to a particular stage in the history where you realize that not the talent you have are simply not enough to help you build on the history. And that's exactly what we have seen in this Brazilian side now. They have the talent, but history is not favoring them because apart from 2002, that they last won the World Cup, they haven't been able to. And the last time they managed to get to the last 4, they were defeated very badly by, the then informed Germany. And it has always been like that. So as I speak, Brazil is no longer a powerhouse in world football.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Brazil is no longer. Unless, of course, this time around
Brazil is no longer a powerhouse
in world football. It's a fact.
So
even during the qualification, listen, wait.
Are
Let me explain.
Germany title contenders for this World Cup?
Do you know why I'm saying they are no longer powerhouses?
Tell me.
Brazil have never missed out on any World Cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
But even this one, they struggled before qualifying. Have you asked yourself why?
What do you mean they struggled?
They had to place fit before qualifying for this year's World Cup.
Yes.
Because back then, it would have been an easy win-win situation for Brazil without struggling, beating all the other teams.
So it means they are no longer a powerhouse.
It has dipped completely. They used to be. I mean,
I think
when growing up, you see, when growing up, you used to hear names like Roberto Carlos, Ronaldo, Z Roberto and co.
No, but if you compare the names in the Brazil team and the other teams, they are not above them.
Names are no longer played. That's one thing people are not getting.
No, but you said names.
Yeah, and
I'm coming.
Okay,
Frank,
good. Yeah.
You said names.
Yes.
But then if you compare to the current names in the game,
yeah,
and you are saying Brazil is no longer, of course, the previous one, they were in the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
So my question is, is England a powerhouse in football right now?
For now, England are doing better than Brazil, so I will say so.
How
I think the power we need to define.
No, how
I'm coming.
Okay, historically or
I'm coming.
Okay.
How are they doing better than Brazil?
They are doing better than Brazil because if you assess very well, from 2018, they were in the semis. 2022, they were also in the semis.
They were not.
They missed out on the quarterfinal. Now in Euros, they've been to the final back to back.
Yeah.
So there's some form of resurgence on their side.
Okay, now let's talk about
Brazil.
In 2018 and then 2017, they were in a quarterfinal.
Yes. In 2018, they were in the quarterfinal.
Yes, and then 2022, they were in a quarterfinal.
Yes.
In the last
between that, they won the Copa.
Yes,
because you brought in the Euros.
Yes, that's what I'm coming.
Okay.
So in the last, let's say since 2018 to now, I think we played 3 Copa America.
Yeah.
Argentina has won twice
against Brazil.
Brazil,
so it means
Brazil won. And then Brazil
finals.
has played one final.
Yeah.
The last one, we're in the semifinals, and then I think they lost to Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the metrics are the same.
Good. If you go by that tangent, then you're also getting something wrong. Do you know why?
No, but no, it is the same. So you see, I ask you a question.
No.
You said England is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you why. You explained.
Yeah.
The reasons you gave for saying England is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Brazil have the same metric.
And so
they have the same achievement.
Good. If you are comparing player to player, do you mean to tell me that the current crop of players we have in Brazil when you're comparing
The-
the individual
the-
to
yeah,
the
this England team.
No, I'm not talking about England.
Yes.
I'm making reference to the previous Brazil.
No, no,
See,
no,
I
no,
think
no,
the
no,
nostalgia
no, you see,
these
no, you see,
older players
you
give
see,
to
you
us
see, you
is
see,
making us
you cannot
judge these
you
players
cannot say
very
that
well.
because they don't have Ronaldo. No, because if you want to compare Ronaldo, we also compare the England to the Lampards and those.
Do you know what people are not understanding? Winning the World Cup goes beyond individual talent. There's some kind of charisma. They are missing it now.
Commitment and
Yes, they don't have the charisma now.
Yes, but
and that's what is affecting their play.
But you see,
And that's where
it
Carlo
is,
Ancelotti
it is the
comes in,
reason
like
why
I said
I ask
earlier.
you a question about England.
Yeah.
Because England,
Yeah.
they don't have any player like that.
But they do progress.
No, but they've not been performing better than Brazil.
Oh, for now. Oh,
no,
in terms of World Cup.
No, if you look at in the last
World Cup, they've been better than
uh,
Brazil. They've been better.
No, but so you see, even in the 2018,
Yeah.
2018, if we go in, it's like where Arsenal passed to the finals of the Champions League.
Yeah.
No. Like look at the teams. England in 2018, they met two better teams.
Yeah.
All of them they lost. They lost to Belgium. They lost to Croatia.
That's one penalty.
Yes.
The
Run
third
of 16 and quarterfinals. They never met any better team. And even if we compare player to player, the current England team, I can see only like 4 players who will get into this Brazil line.
But you see, one interesting thing is that you see, if you are to compare the two, you can easily see that Brazil have got more talent than England, isn't it? But yes, still in tournament, it goes beyond talent. There's something that's the magic, and that's what Brazilians are lacking now.
Yeah.
They don't have the aura anymore. There's no aura around
That one.
It's a fact. Let's face reality.
Yeah,
and there's no aura around the team anymore.
But he is saying that the Carlo this, factor. no, yes,
Fine,
the
unless
Carlo
of course you tell me that the Carlo factor will have a
yes,
role to play.
that's
And even with this,
and
I have questions. Do you know why?
the season this current
Do you know the
players
questions
have
I have for Carlo?
Yes.
Carlo has been a club coach and not the national
Yes.
team.
So
And
that's
this will be his
a
major
major
first,
tournament.
a major,
Yeah.
I mean, a test. That's what I'm
we
trying
saw
to
we
make
saw
reference.
Pochettino yesterday. That was his first major assignment
yes.
as a national team coach,
Okay.
and we saw how he successfully.
He performed very well. 4-1.
So we
But
can't-
the 4-1
we can't-
doesn't end there.
I understand.
There are more to come, isn't
I'm
it?
trying to say we can't just think it won't work because it's the first time he's taking charge of a national team.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And with the season this crop of players had
Yeah.
in their various teams,
Yeah.
It was great.
it was Thiago is starting and he had 20 plus goals in the Premier League.
He was the second second
after Haaland.
After Erling Haaland. And now let's talk about the lineup. And before we project the lineup, there is a breaking news coming from Morocco. So according to the Moroccan Football Association president, Fawzi Lejar, they will no longer be to host any African competition again. The nation is shifting its administrative and then infrastructural focus towards global tournaments, including the 2029 FIFA Club World Cup and the 2030 FIFA World Cup. So Morocco will no longer be at the back, and core of the Confederation of African Football. Now let's go straight into the lineup. Yes, the lineup for Brazil, Carlo Ancelotti is going for a 4-2-3-1. Alisson Becker, Ibanez, Marquinhos, Gabriel, Douglas, Bruno Guimaraes, Casemiro, Rafinha, Lucas Paquetá, Vinicius Junior, and then Igor Thiago. Benjamin.
I would say per the squad that they have, this I would say the best on paper. Gabriel for Arsenal, excellent season. Marquinhos for PSG, and reigning champions of the Champions League. He's also had a brilliant season. Ibanez and Douglas too, I think they are doing well in their local league. Casemiro, Manchester United, he's giving us glimpses of quality that he used to possess when he was playing at his peak for Real Madrid. We have Bruno Guimaraes for Newcastle, one of the best midfielders that you could talk of in the Premier League. Rafinha, as you all know what he's done, he did for Barcelona. It's unfortunate that when it goes to the crucial aspect of the season, he was injured. And he couldn't contribute to Barca's progression in major competitions. And so he's also one of the best. Lucas Paquetá, who used to play for West Ham, you know what he gives and where he's currently playing to. Vinicius Junior I mean, one of the best in the world, two-time Champions League winner. Coming into the tournament, he's had a very great season with Real Madrid, and so we expect him to give us that kind of influential and impactful football that he gives for Real Madrid. Thiago, I think you've said a lot about him. 20 goals in the Premier League coming into this competition. We expect him to, give us something to talk about that. It wasn't a fluke that he got the 20 goals. He needs to, prove himself. You all remember Joao Pedro was dropped, and it's, had a lot of criticisms and then talks about his exclusion. But Thiago was given the opportunity. He needs to prove to us that, yes, the 20 goals wasn't a fluke. He needs to also back it up with the numbers. And so I think this is the best I think Carlo Ancelotti could go in for. And so we expect nothing but the best, solid defense, midfield, brilliant, and then the attack. They have all the machinery, and they need to also make an impact. So yes, I think this is the best for Brazil, and I hope that they give us their best.
All right, Benjamin hopes that they give up their best. Now let's go to the squad presented by 49-year-old coach Mohamed Obi of the Atlas Lions of Morocco. So the best on the African continent, Yassine Bono, is imposed for the Atlas Lions, Mazrari, and also the backline of Chadi, Raid, Diop, Issa. Yes, we all know Issa, Diop, Ashraf Hakimi. And midfield, they have Ayob Boadi, El Anoui, El Kanouche, Azedini Onai, one of my favorite players in the Moroccan team, Brahim Diaz, and then Ismail Sabay, aka Mr. Taoman. Benjamin, let me come to you this time, Frank. This is Morocco's lineup.
Very good lineup, and I don't want to talk about Bono because he needs no introduction.
He needs no introduction.
Yeah. Hakimi he's also there, but then Riyad and then Issa Diop, two fantastic defenders.
Yes.
Riyad is a Conference League winner with Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
He played the full 90 against Vallecano when they won. And Unai, at the 2022 World Cup, he showed real potential. And I expected, a top team.
Yes. So but he was one of the players that I was so shocked that the West, if you take out the big ones, the West Hams, the Dortmunds, the Sevilla, the Roma, none of these guys went, and I was shocked that he still played for. Yes.
And they were relegated.
So sad.
Yes, and he showed real potential, and like you said, I expected one of the top teams.
It was lovely to watch, especially against Spain.
Yeah. And then so in the midfield, I think they are okay. But can they match Paqueta? Can they match Casemiro? But you know what Casemiro brings to this Brazilian team. He will be there doing the dirty work so that Paqueta will get the free roll, lay the passes, break the through passes and all that. But then we shouldn't forget the striker of Morocco. He was at PSV. He's a league winner with PSV, and he scored about 13 goals in this current season. So I was shocked that they dropped El Nassiri because he gives you the area threat and all that. But because this guy has been banging in the goals, I think the manager decided that it's not all the time that you will swing in the crosses. It's about time you also try to possess the ball and create chances through the middle. So with him inside this attacking threat, I believe they can also hit Brazil.
Let me bring you, Prince. Yeah. You've seen the lineup for the two teams. Yeah. Where do you think it's going?
Well, I think it's going to be a good game. And one thing that is interesting is that the back four of Morocco, 3 of them play in the Premier League. So only Hakimi plays in a different league. So basically, you expect some kind of telepathy among them. And like I said, I'm only hoping that they'll be able to build on the achievement that they had 4 years ago in Qatar. So coming up against Brazil, who history always favors when it comes to the opening fixtures of a World Cup, let's see how it will go. But basically, and frankly speaking, it's very difficult to predict at this stage of the game.
All right, it's very difficult to predict. Let's take a quick message from Rush Energy Drink. When we come back, we go to the MetLife Stadium for the live commentary of Brazil against the Atlas Lions of Morocco. In Brazil, this is Brasilia.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment. I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Prince Owusu-Ansah is on standby. Prince, you can now take us to the MetLife Stadium.
Well, so thank you very much. And wherever you are doing the watching from, welcome to our continuous coverage of the 2026 Mondial, all the way from the United States of America, specifically the MetLife Stadium, where we come your way with a game involving Brazil and, of course, Morocco. The historical winners of the competition up against the Renaissance side, who were semi-finalist 4 years ago in Qatar. And Brazil will begin their bid for a record-extending sixth World Cup title on the back of 3 straight friendly wins, in which they scored a total of 11 goals, highlighting the attacking threat that has them among the leading contenders for overall tournament glory. The Seleção won the last time the United States hosted the competition in 1994, so they have happy memories of North American, even though they have only gone past their quarterfinals once, the last one in 2002. So for Morocco, they can't match Brazil in terms of history, because the last time they advanced very well in the competition was 4 years ago, in which they reached the last 4 of the competition before eventually they were knocked out by France in that very fixture. So as you can see from the screens, the protocols to ensure that the fixture gets underway is ongoing. So quickly, let's run by you how both teams are going to shape up here. For Brazil, we have Alisson Becker in post, Ibanez, Marquinhos, Gabriel, and Douglas Santos will form the formidable back four here for Brazil, with Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes sitting in front of the back four, with Rafinha, Lucas Paqueta, Vinicius Jr. operating right behind Igor Thiago, who did tremendously well with Brentford in the just ended season in the English Premier League. Now to the flip side of the coin, we have Bono, who maintains his position as the #1 shotstopper for the Atlas Lions. Hakimi, who is serving as the captain of the side. Diop, Riad, and Mazuari are 3 different players playing for 3 different teams in the English Premier League, with Boadi Anoi forming the duo in the middle of the turf, with Kanuse, Wai, and Diaz joining the middle to make it 5-year for Morocco, with Sabari, the PSV man, leading the attack here. So, Joel, clearly we are ready for action, isn't it?
All right, yeah, we are ready for action, and we are hoping that this will be the best game we'll watch so far in the group stages, because 2 very top-ranked teams in Brazil and then Morocco. On the flip side, Brazil, before their game against is it the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, they had never lost to an African team. But then I remember what is it Vincent Abubakar, his winner from Douala to I've forgotten the description from Pitadori. So if Cameroon can do it and then they've broken the genes, I think that Morocco can also dream that Brazil are not invincible to African countries.
So Brazil are beatable, per the expression here from Jubel. And Carlo Ancelotti will have his first major test as a national team coach, and having joined them and hoping to get a very good results here for the Seleção of Brazil, who last won the competition as far back as 2002. That's about 28 years ago. And prior to this fixture, a lot had gone on behind the scenes in terms of comparison, but this is a fixture of life here for both teams as they seek to get a very good mark-off in this year's edition of the World Cup. So pep talk is ongoing, and they are expressing themselves, trying to speak to one another to ensure that at the end of the day, they get the maximum point at stake. So 4 years ago, semi-finalist Morocco becoming the first ever African country to reach that mileage. Ghana were simply on the verge in 2010, but unfortunately, last-minute decision by Samuel Jen ruined Ghana's chances of making it to the last 4 of the World Cup. And referee in charge of this fixture is a very popular referee in Europe. And so the kick is on, and it's a start here, and it's a fixture that involves Brazil and, of course, Morocco, their second major meeting in an international competition, with the former happening way back in 2002, in which Brazil managed to beat Morocco by 3-0. And that year, Brazil went ahead to get to the last 4, the finals of the competition, in which they lost by 3-0 against France. Go start here for Brazil. Casemiro sends the ball back here for Alisson Becker, who is now looking for the best of options. And again, talking about this Brazilian side, about 4 or 5 players playing the Premier League, that you always expect the intensity to be on the floor here in this very fixture. Lucas Paqueta, a good switching here to the left-hand side here for Douglas Costa, who is playing as the left back, who plays for Zenit St. Petersburg in the Russian Premier League. That was an unfair tackle there. The referee Belic sees it and questions one infringement here for Morocco, the Atlas Lions of Morocco, who have started off in a very good way. So the game is in a very calm mood. And as I can see, the coaches are trying to control the pressure. And talking about this Morocco side, about 60 to 70% of the squad that made it to the last four seasons ago are not part of the squad. But let's see whether indeed the experience they grabbed during the Qatar 2022 will push them further to go even beyond the last 4 of this year's edition. Ball comes in here for Mazouari, who picks support here from Ayenui, who is one of the key players to look out for in this very fixture. It's a great game by all standard, and early minutes here, ranked 6th and 7th respectively in terms of the pecking order by the FIFA ranking. And Carlo Ancelotti, the man who has been who has been at the center of controversies regarding his collapse. And I mean, a lot of people were raising concerns as to why he couldn't call, João Pedro of Chelsea, knowing very well that he did very well for Chelsea, despite, Chelsea's poor performance at the end of the season.
Yes, with the performance that João Pedro gave us in the course of the season, it's somebody that people obviously expected him to be in the lineup. But Carlo, upon his assessment and then the squad pool available to him, he decided to omit him from the squad, which is quite surprising for most of football fans and pundits across the world. But I think that Carlo is an experienced coach. He has seen it all, and if he takes a decision, let's see how it goes before we can judge him. I believe that we need to see how the team performs in terms of the attack. Then we'll see whether the decision to omit João Pedro was a good one or a bad one.
So this is a free kick in a very good position here for the Atlas Lions of Morocco. And you can see a couple of red and green shirts in the 18-yard area. Ball has been flicked to the other area. And Igor will certainly send the ball back in here. So the Moroccan will retrieve the ball back, tries to recycle play. Ball gets to the right-hand side here for Boadi, looking for the best of options. And again, the ball comes in here for Riyadh, who switches play to the left-hand side here for El Kanous. Boadi, Diop. Good play here for Morocco, trying to string passes together, but looking for the best of options here. Mazraoui and Ayew, good touching here, good exchanges. Just looking for Sabari, who couldn't quite keep that. And this is a very good play here from Lucas Paqueta, looking for a very easy way out, but unfortunately couldn't go further. And the ball comes in here again for Yassin Bono, formerly of Sevilla, but now plays in the Saudi Pro League. Good play so far from Morocco. Wonderful exchanges in here, looking for the best of option here from Onahi. Good switching here for Ibrahim Diaz, who has been on the back end call of the Morocco national team. But will he be able to keep that? Yes. And talking about the controversial mates, during the opportunity they had in the AFCON final against, Senegal, the penalty, the Panenka style of penalty, that was so easy for Mendy to have grabbed that. This is a great opportunity here for Morocco. Decides to shoot from that angle, but the ball will be cleared away completely and out of play.
Yeah, I like the way Morocco has decided to take the game to Brazil. And in the opening final minutes, I think they are going toe to toe with them. And it is the only time I might agree with you that the aura around Brazil is gone, because if the aura is there, no way Morocco will decide to sit at the back and then see. But let's see if it's something they can do, and that's a glorious opportunity for Morocco. But then Gabriel was there to clear the ball out of danger.
Gabriel doing so well to clear the ball out of danger. Diaz tries to go further, no chance at all for him. Rafinha just decided to give an invitation, and El Ayanoui was just not happy with the referee's decision. And a look again at that shot. That was a powerful hit there, but stopped there timely. Good switching here in a very Hollywood fashion here for Morocco. Decides to shoot from that angle. So Brazil seems to be under a little pressure. And again, like I said, there's no aura around the team anymore. So they have suddenly been thrown into a normal team. Good touch here. Wonderful opportunity. And it just across the face here. That was Ashraf Hakimi, the first and major attacking player here for Morocco.
Yes, Moroccans have, shown us in the first 6 minutes that they are dictating the pace of the game. I didn't expect that. I expected the Brazilians to take the game to the Moroccans, but unfortunately, it's been the other way around. That was a very good opportunity for Ashraf Hakimi to, bury the chance, but unfortunately, it was very close. But wait to see what happens, whether the Brazilians will, come back into the game. They will see what the likes of Vinicius and then Rafinha, what they will give to us.
Ball goes to the right-hand side here for Brahim Diaz, the Real Madrid star, who pushes the ball outfield again for Sabari with PSG, having scored about 13 goals or more at the end of the season, and also helping them to win the Eredivisie. Mazraoui comes in for good touch, wonderful exchanges here by Hakimi. Just the first African player to win a back-to-back Champions League, and he's the captain and leader of the Moroccans. Good control here from Lucas Paqueta. Comes in here for support. And again, this time around, Marquinhos advances play, goes to the right-hand side here for Ibanez. Marquinhos once again. So good play here, and gradually it seems, the Brazilians are getting back into this game. We've just done about 8 minutes, and it's still goalless at the MetLife Stadium, and a game involving Morocco and of course Brazil. What a moment we have here, and what a control as well. Casemiro, good chance here, a chance to hit, and the ball goes straight against Diop. who manages to stop that from going further. What a running play here from Morocco. Good play and control here. Again from Bouadidi, looking for the best of options. A chance to hit! And again, when there's no aura around the team, you see it so easily. I mean, Joe, clearly, we all could see that there's so much problem in this Brazilian team, isn't it?
I feel Brazil are shell-shocked there. They didn't expect Morocco to take the game at them, and they need to calm down. They need to calm down, try to maintain the pace the game is played at. But looks like Morocco are also not able to, create enough with the amount of possession that they have. So let's see how the Brazilians are able to soak this pressure. If Morocco don't take advantage of the numerous chances they are having, it might be something they will regret as the game goes on.
Something they might regret as the game progresses. We've done 10 minutes so far, and it's still goalless between Brazil and, of course, Morocco from the MetLife Stadium. And this is a fixture that is heavily centered around history and a moment of rebirth in football. Casemiro loses our possession, good control here, looking for the best of options. A chance to hit in here, good play, trying to get his way through. Way too many dilly-dallying there, and eventually the Brazilians will come back in numbers to stop that attack from progressing.
Yes, you see, once you get the ball, your decision making the final third is very, very important. You know when to take on a player, when to shoot, when to lay a pass, and that will contribute to the success of the attack. I mean, that you are trying to mount. And so this obviously, he should have, passed the ball, shoots very early before the Brazilian defender got in touch. It's just unfortunate. As Frank said, they seem to get more attacking opportunities. And if they don't utilize it, it might come back to hit them in the end.
Good hunting here. Wonderful play here from Bouadidi. Good control here from Sabari. Ball gets to the left-hand side here for El Kanous. Good play here for Morocco, dictating the pace as I speak. And generally, you could see that indeed, the Brazilians have fallen short of intensity in this game, and they are not pressing anymore.
It's been poor from them so far. And if you have Casemiro, who is, I would say, lost his legs for the couple of seasons, you won't get the press you need from them. And I think the other players also have to help Casemiro. He can't do the work alone. But Morocco, again, they need to utilize their chances, because once Brazil go into this game, they won't be getting these chances anymore.
Ball comes in here for El Kanous. Good play here from Morocco. Wonderful exchange. Great opportunity to into 18-yard area. Ball is cleared there by Marquinhos. Quaqueta with a touch. And referee comes to the aid of Bruno Guimaraes, who didn't have quite a successful season with Newcastle United in the just ended season. But with that notwithstanding, he did contribute massively for Newcastle United. And Joe was so far so good. We crossed the 10 minutes mark, and it's still goalless between the two sides.
Yeah, but I think that so far Bouadidi, he's been brilliant, and the midfield of Anoush, Bouadi, and then Azedine Onaim. I think that they've kept the tabs on Casemiro and then Bruno Guimaraes. But one player that I've not really seen so far in this game is Rafinha. They have to manage to get Rafinha in this game in order for the team to be able to move. And it looks like Rafinha and then Lucas Paqueta, they keep switching positions. And then Vinicius Junior, 12 minutes is such a long time for him to announce himself to us.
Exactly, that's what we are all anticipating, expecting something good from Vinicius Junior, who has been silent in this game, chasing shadows instead of players chasing him. Good touch in here. Ball goes to the other side of the pitch here. Good control from Rafinha. Sends it to the left-hand side here for Vinicius Junior. He has the pace. He has the strength. Sends it across. And that was a very glorious moment here for Brazil.
It was a big miss from Igor Thiago. And you see, it is one thing that annoys me to the very core of players of this generation. You miss such a chance and you are laughing, you are shining your teeth. To who? Look, how
just mistimed
all he needed to do is to get a contact on the ball. You couldn't do it, and you are smiling. Like it is something that
is very common among them lately.
I don't understand. And yesterday in the US game, there were similar instances. And up to now, you miss a glorious opportunity as a player at the World Cup level, and you are smiling to who?
Just full of energy and enthusiasm. Ball has been lobbed upfield here. Good flick to the left hand side, just looking for Vinicius Junior. I mean, Saki, prior to this game, a lot of people were expecting a very keen contest involving Vinicius Junior and, of course, Ashraf Hakimi, but it still hasn't gotten to that level yet, despite the fact that we've been able to cross a quarter of an hour of play.
Yes, I think the only time that Vinicius has come to corner was when Rafinha came in. I mean, the usual pressing that he gives. I mean, Barcelona, if you go to Barcelona, they said if Rafinha doesn't play in Barca lose the game, they say, oh, because Rafinha wasn't there, he gives you that pressing that you need to contribute to the attack. And I think he gave us that during the attack where that resulted in Vinicius crossing the ball, but Thiago wasn't able to, get his head onto it. I think it's too early. It's early yet, although we are almost 15 minutes into the game, but we expect these two, players to show us their quality. Vinicius, taking the ball onto him, and we'll see how Hakimi reacts, whether he'll be able to contain Vinicius or Vinicius will be able to overpower him. It's a battle that we wait to see.
I got Thiago, who had a successful season with Brentford. So this was the earlier opportunity there. That should have been a goal.
Be scoring that.
That should have been a goal.
And El Phenomenal there, he would have easily buried that during his days, Ronaldo.
So ball gets to the left-hand side again and looking for the best of chances here. So the coaches will try to issue some instructions to their players. So recycled again, Brazil. Here is Marquinhos, who sends the ball laterally to the other area there for Gabriel, who lost in the Champions League final with Arsenal, with Marquinhos winning it with Paris Saint-Germain. Bruno Guimaraes, ball comes to the right-hand side here for Marquinhos. Guimaraes gets the ball back again here for Brazil, gradually getting into this game. As against the early minutes where overwhelmingly was dictated by the Moroccans. Ball gets to the left-hand side here for Douglas, who is looking for Vinicius Junior. That's where to find him, but eventually the ball goes out of play. And every minute of this game is really going to count, because at the end of the day, what matters most will be the point at stake. But let's see whether either of the sides will be able to grab the maximum point at stake, or better still, the game will end in a stalemate where the two teams will share the spoils. Gabriel sends the ball to the left-hand side. Good control here from Lucas Paquetá, looking for the best of options. And again, you could see clearly that the Brazilians are coming back into this game as against the early minutes of play. Gabriel, good control here from Casemiro. Sends the ball back to Gabriel, straight to the left-hand side here for Douglas. We'll find support here from Vinicius Junior. Vinicius still on hold now. We're looking for the best of openings here. Good play here from the Madrid star man. Lucas Paquetá will take charge here for Brazil. And gradually the dictating moment of the game has come so quick and easy for Brazil, who nearly had an opportunity to have capitalized upon. But notwithstanding, so far so good. We are clearly seeing a good game from Brazil.
And that's two chances in a couple of minutes now. And you can see they are now trying to, mount the pressure and then get the momentum on their side. And although Morocco had the chances, now they are also failing to even swing passes together. It's all been Brazil in the last couple of minutes, and I hope they also take their chances, unlike Morocco when they had the momentum on their side.
And in the last 24 fixtures of a game of Morocco, they've been able to keep 24 clean sheets in all the 24 matches that they've played in the first half of a game. 24 first half clean sheets in the last 24 matches that they've played. So clearly it tells you how good they are defensively. That was a very good pass, decent one in here for Rafinha, who sends the ball through. Great opportunity. He was just looking to beautifully turn around, but Hakimi was there on time to put that ball behind for a corner kick.
Yes, that was a timely intervention. Had it not been that, I think Vinicius would have been able to finish
pass.
off. Yeah, I mean, finish off the game. This is the second time Rafinha has been able to locate Vinicius in a very good position, but unfortunately for him, Hakimi was there at the right time to, clear the ball off. And so I believe that they've gained the momentum, obviously. Let's see what they'll be able to do with it.
And it's a corner kick for Brazil, who are looking forward to get the first goal. And in their last 20 opening matches in the World Cup, they've never lost any. And this clearly tells you how good they are as a team when it comes to the opening matches of the World Cup. Corner kick here, Bruno Guimaraes stepping up to effect it here for Brazil. And a couple of yellow and blue jerseys in the 18-yard area of Morocco. Expecting a delivery here from Bruno Guimaraes, who does so beautifully. Bruno was just coming out. Vinicius Junior with a pass. Good chance in here. And again, another opportunity, but couldn't quite control that. And again, that attack will come to a knot in this game. So far, so good. We have crossed the 20-minute mark, and it's still goalless between Brazil and, of course, Morocco.
It's I think at this way it's a ding-dong affair. First time 12 minutes, it was on the side of Morocco.
Yeah.
Now it sends in favor of Brazil, who are also pressing, trying to, create something. But unfortunately, clear tells us that the Moroccans have a very solid back line. Hakimi, so far, he's done some brilliant clearances that has helped them. Likes of Diop and all, they are very solid when it comes to the centre-back position. Brazil are still finding ways to penetrate the defense, but it's very tight. It's been obviously very tight, but we hope that with the quality that they possess, they will be able to find a breakthrough.
This is a great opportunity! Beautifully finished effort! From nowhere comes a goal that many had not thought of. Great goal by our standard from Sabari. And it's Morocco 1, Brazil 0. Joe, what a game and what a goal.
I think that they've taken their chance. And it is what Sabari brings to the table. His runs are always good, and I think that we need to commend him for the run and making sure that he was not offside.
What a goal there from Sabari from nowhere. Was a great pass. And take a look again at this whole build-up. Excellent one, two defenders, and he managed to lob the ball beyond the goalkeeper Saki. That was a great finish.
First touch, brilliant. Decision making is always very crucial when it comes to these moments. If maybe it were there were a couple of decisions you could have made at that point in time.
Yeah.
Holding on to the ball, then trying to dribble or trying to hold on. Get the defender off to get a space, but he just made the right touch, and it resulted in a goal. Brilliant from Sabari. I think it gives them hope. It unsettles the Brazilian side, who now be, in a rush manner to get something, and in doing that, they may be able to get another counter attack to launch. Another attack and get the goal. So may probably finish off the game. But I think this clearly tells you that what we are talking about, Brazil have not been. They have the players when it comes to the club side. They are doing excellent. But when they come to the national team, playing together as a unit, they are giving us that cohesion and gelling together to produce results. It hasn't been there, and clearly it's shown here. Don Carlo is in charge. We know what he's capable of. But clearly, the Brazil that we've known for a couple of years now, the kind of football that they play, there hasn't been much of a change. Maybe you will be able to make amends.
So Brazil, this is the moment for the hydration break to take place. And this is the man of the moment, Sabari, who plays for PSV in the Eredivisie. That was a perfect chip of a ball and beautifully finished efforts there. And so Brazil are down by a goal to 0. So during the discussion, we made mention of the fact that Jahora is no more for Brazil, and clearly we've seen it in the first 20 minutes of play here.
Well, and then the goal came just when Brazil looked like they had settled in the game and they were in control. But then that's how football is like. Once you get too comfortable, your opponent strikes. And that goal, it's the fault of Gabriel and then Marquinhos. They were too wide open, and the distance between them and then the midfield was very wide. That was why when the pass was late, they couldn't get close to Sabari. But yes, indeed, we talked about how Brazil are not the Brazil of the early 2000s and all that, but it's football. There is about 70 minutes left to play.
No, it is far from over.
It's
very well.
That's very well.
Yeah, you're
it's
not
far
saying
from over.
that.
So we can't downplay them because they are under attack now and they can't get the right passes and all that. But it's football, like I said earlier. And before the 90 minutes finishes, maybe Brazil will do something the Brazilians are known for.
So Joe, talking about this Brazilian team, it's far from over yet. But don't you also say that this goal is a way of boosting the energy and enthusiasm of Morocco?
No, first goal, yes. They've been in the game.
Yeah.
So getting a goal on top of that, I think that it is really impressive. But then Brazil, they have to get their act together, and also Alisson and then his central defenders. If Brazil is going to play a high line, Alisson cannot be in his pole deep, because this one, a sweeper goalkeeper would have come out to clear the ball.
Yeah.
So they also need to check that going forward.
So they have got a lot of things to do in the course of this game, as we've already done 22 minutes and beyond, and it's still Brazil 0, Morocco 1. The first ever Moroccan goal against Brazil in a major competition. And this is the second meeting in a major competition. The first one was way back 1998 in Nantes, in which Morocco lost by 3-0. But this is another year where they are up against Brazil. So the man who got the goal, Sabari, and you could clearly see some form of, discontentment on the faces of the Brazilian fans. They don't seem too comfortable. Let's be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we need to face fact. Like I've said, football has evolved over the period, and it is no longer merged around history. History no longer plays football.
It is. So you see, sometimes we tickle ourselves that football has grown, and right now everybody knows how to play. But you see, the Champions League that we play, those who win it are always the one winning it. The AFCON, those who win it are always the one winning it. The World Cup, those who win it, even if we get an outsider, it's normally somebody who has played in the final, who has played in the semi-final before. The Euros, the winners are always winning it. The Copa America. So when we say right now everybody knows how to play, sometimes we are just saying things to encourage the young. At the group stage level, I don't really focus. It is all about qualification. And we always say that the moment we get to the knockout stage, you see the difference between the big boys that we are trying to say that now big boy know the work again, but it is still there.
There's another breakaway. Ashraf Hakimi, just a flash across again, and once again we've seen them go back instead of them attacking, and that's one problem that we've been able to identify in this game. When the ball is getting to their back four, instead of them coming out, they rather go backwards, paving way for the Moroccans to attack more.
I don't know that it's sort of a bit jittery in the game, or I don't know, because when they are attacking, you have to try to go for a tackle and then settle them before they get into the final third. But here lies the case that you see that they will sit deep for them to bring in the ball. If Hakimi had gotten the shot right, it would have been the second goal. And then I don't know what would have been the case by now. But I think it's a high time they need to up their game in terms of defending. And then also the attackers. I think the attackers haven't been good enough so far, and it's not helping their game as well. I think the midfielders, Casemiro and co, I don't know, I have not seen him much in the game. It seems the youthful side of the Moroccan midfield, Wadidi and others have overpowered the Brazilian midfield, and it's really affecting them, leading to the chances that the Moroccans are creating.
So Morocco creating a lot of chances with just about 28 minutes played in the first half, and it's still Brazil 0, Morocco 1. Raheem Diaz could play here from the Madrid star boy. He goes down, eventually gets a free kick in a very good position, and Ashraf Hakimi will go there and give him a parting shoulder for that brilliant play here. And it's been the same story so far for Brazil, who have never lost in an opening fixture of a World Cup in their last 20 opening matches. And clearly, this is the 96th edition of the FIFA World Cup. So free kick, just some few steps into the 18-yard area of Brazil, and Achraf Hakimi is stepping up here for Morocco, who are desperately in need of their second of this fixture. With just 29 minutes played here, Hakimi is next in command here. Ball comes in beautifully. It's a chance! And again, no one there to clear it completely. Great opportunity here once again for Morocco. Good play. Wonderful switch. A chance again! And that opportunity has been wasted. Oh, what at all is happening to Brazil? No cohesion, no energy, no enthusiasm. And this is certainly affecting their style of play.
They are being beaten by the pace of the Moroccans because Casemiro, his legs are gone. Marquinhos, Gabriel are known for not being too quick at the back. And you can see how Hakimi, when he was charging at them, they couldn't even, meet him to clear the ball. So they are being beaten by the pace. They are not fast on the ball. Even when they have possession, they can't transition very fast enough. And that's the only problem they are having tonight.
Great opportunity. Ball gets into the 18-yard here, just hoping to send the ball further. Ball comes here for Adouai, gets the ball back again here for Morocco. Hakimi just the next target. Good play here from Morocco, getting to the 18-yard area. Ball will be cleared, but not completely. And a chance from Hakimi sees the ball go wide again. And this is clearly an example of...
They should be 3-0 down at this moment. They should thank their stars that Morocco have been poor with their finishing because they've created numerous chances. And I saw Casemiro just laying there, watching as Unai went for the ball, just walking around casually. And I don't know how Carlo Ancelotti is sitting in the dugout, allowing that to happen. If your defensive midfielder is not charging, is not pressing, then you have a really big problem at your hand.
Good play here from Mazraoui, looking for the best of options. Ball comes to the middle here for Riyad, who surveys the turf to the right-hand side here for captain of the side, Achraf Hakimi. And for Hakimi, I mean, he's been awesome with Paris Saint-Germain and, of course, the Morocco national team. Formerly of Real Madrid and, of course, Inter Milan. But here he is with Paris Saint-Germain, becoming the first African player to win the Champions League back-to-back. Ball gets to the left-hand side here for Vinicius Jr., looking for the best of options, surveying beautifully to get the support here from Bruno Guimaraes, who manages to pick up Vinicius Jr. away from one. Vinicius! With the finish! Super finish here from Vinicius Jr. From nowhere comes the moment. And finally, Brazil are back in this game.
They are back. They are back. Big moments calls for the big boys to come to the party. And here comes Vinicius Jr., Real Madrid superstar. I mean, who has shown it at the global stage when we were winning the Champions League. I mean, two times. And then what he's shown when he also plays for Brazil, that was, I mean, brilliant. I thought he would try to cross, but he took the responsibility to come into the box and then try to shoot the ball. And that was excellent. I mean, brilliant shots from him. And once again, people are anticipating him to show the glimpses of quality that he possesses. And I think this is one that, I mean, would silence the critics. That's when he plays for Brazil. You see, there have been a lot of criticisms around him in Brazil that he doesn't give up his best. That he's more loyal to Madrid than Brazil.
No,
but
he's not been able to show up in the national team like this. This is the time for him to show up because Neymar will come after the group stage.
Neymar.
Oh no, Neymar. If Neymar is in this game, you will see about 2-3 Moroccan players around him anytime he gets the ball. So. Yes, it is the reputation. Reputation of what he can do, not what he is doing. It is the reputation of what he can do, and it's a brilliant strike from Vinicius Jr.
So Vinicius Jr. will prove parity here for the Seleção of Brazil, who are desperately in need of a win here to give up a very good start of a campaign. The last time that the competition was held in North America, the Brazilians managed to win in that game. and that was USA 94. And the final was a game that involved Brazil and, of course, Italy. And that was the day that Baggio became the talking point in Italian football. Ball comes to Hakimi, goes down eventually. The referee is quick there to give a reaction to that effect. And it's a free kick in a good position here for Ashraf Hakimi. And there was a little touch there. And he seems to be going through pains. But Vinicius goes closer to him and speaks to him and tells him sorry for that challenge. And it's 34 minutes so far from the MetLife Stadium, and it's still Brazil 1, Morocco 1. It's a game that involves a lot of expectations. Pundits, connoisseurs, and even the soothsayers are giving different predictions altogether. But in the end, it's just a matter of spirituality versus science and physics. Free kick in a very good position here, and a couple of red and green in the 18-yard area of Brazil, seeking to come in with a cross. Hakimi with a good delivery, great opportunity there, and Casemiro manages to push the ball out of the 18-yard area. Ball comes again, great opportunity, and Alisson Becker was forced to punch that out of play, and that was a great move there again from Morocco.
Very, very great from Alisson Becker. Had he delayed a bit, I think the Moroccan attacker would have gotten his head onto it or a contact with the ball, and that could have been a goal in favor of Morocco. But I think so far after the equalizer, you see that Brazil, trying to assert themselves in the game and then trying to gain more access and penetrate their defense, try to, get the second goal. Because with what happened earlier, it clearly tells you that if you are conversant or okay with the 1-1, this goal, and then you don't try to press to get the second goal, anything could happen, and that will keep you in harm's way. So it is very good that the Brazilians, trying to get the second goal just to settle themselves in the game. That you come into the second half, you come in with confidence that yes, you are on course to win the game.
Unsettled Brazil now finally find themselves in a settled mode and dictating the pace as of what an excellent switch here to the right-hand side for Ibanez, with two powerful hits there and couldn't quite keep that ball in play. And coach Mohamed Alwai is not comfortable with what happened, and he says that should have been avoided regardless of the fact that the shot was quite unstoppable, but it could have been stopped defensively had it been that they had put things right. So the referee says it goes the other way. Slaven Bilic, he's one of the coaches who is one of the referees in Europe, top official from UEFA. Was issued a lot of instances in this very particular game. Great opportunity again here for Morocco. Good exchanges here for Wai, who has been one of the few players and at the center of every argument and discussion. That was a perfect tip-off of a goal. Good play here from Morocco. Goes down eventually. And the referee would certainly go straight to his pocket and he dish out his first booking of this game for Casemiro. Known for this, of course, is one of his trademarks.
Yes, you have Casemiro, you do all the dirty works in the game and make sure that you avoid, dangerous attacks that could probably lead to goal. But talking of Slavko Vincic, the referee, remember, he's very strict when it comes to issuing cards.
Yeah.
The Bayern versus Real Madrid game where Camavinga for the second ball, people even thought that he didn't know he was already on a yellow, and he had to issue another one. It's generated a lot of controversies in Europe. But I think when it comes to disciplinary issues, he's very particular about that. And then if you try to take things for granted, he will put you where you belong and issue the card.
Just issue a card. Free kick here for Morocco. Hakimi takes his shot straight to the right-hand side for Raheem Diaz. Was looking to go beyond Douglas. Couldn't quite keep that one in play. And again, the ball goes out of play. Vinicius Jr. scoring Brazil's first goal in this year's Mundial. That was a powerful hit from the speedster. And there was no way he could have been able to catch that ball from scoring. And it's been a great game so far for both teams. Great performance. He goes down eventually. Referee says it's a foul. Lucas Paquetá, who at a point in time became a center of, a whole lot of issues, including gambling and all of that, moving from West Ham United and back to his hometown, which is Brazil. And I'm wondering why most Brazilians prefer to go and retire in their hometown or in their home countries. And so far, statistically, the best of performances have come from Sabari and, of course, Vinicius Jr. in this game. And simply because both have scored respectively for their teams. Ball comes in here, good control here from Gomaresh. Couldn't quite control that again. Ball comes here, a little bit difficult here. And quite a scrappy moment there for Morocco. Good touch in here for Inuisi. Looking for the best of options. Yes, that's all. Was just looking for Sabai, but couldn't quite fetch him. Ball comes in here for Casimiro, who surveys the turf beautifully. A fine support here from Vinicius Jr., who couldn't quite keep that one in play. And again, one thing that has been a trademark to this Brazilian side is that there's nothing like cohesion in how they are playing, and they have not been responsive so far. Let's forget about the fact that they've been able to get the equalizer, but here still, there's so much problem, very identified in how they are playing.
There is too much space between the midfield and the attack.
Okay.
When Bruno Guimaraes, Casemiro gets the ball, they don't find the spaces enough to find the attackers. I think the attackers are also hiding behind the back of the Moroccan defense.
Yeah.
And the only time Vinicius showed up to take the ball, he was able to create magic out of it.
Yeah.
So I think they need to show themselves. Rafinha needs to call for the ball, try to play more passes to Igor Thiago, because he's been left alone at the heart of the Moroccan defense. He's not been fed enough. And if you don't feed your striker, I mean, he's going to be just lurking around doing nothing. And they need to start feeding him the balls.
Well, let's see how things may go in this very particular game. Ball has been locked upfield by Diop. Good stop there from Gabriel, who finds support here from Casemiro, who was suddenly up his game a little here for Brazil. Vinicius Jr. was just looking to go beyond Achraf Hakimi.
It's been a very tough competition, a tough battle between Hakimi and Vinicius. They are giving us a run, for our money, and I hope it continues. I was hoping Rafinha could also do that at his left hand side, but he's not doing that enough. And for the past games we've watched in this tournament, I think this is the only game that we've seen two attacking teams trying to all go for the win. Although we saw USA score 4 last night, they were the only team that decided to, give us the attacking play. But this particular game, both teams are trying to attack, and that's fantastic for the neutrals.
There is a breakaway here from Morocco, looking for the best of option. Ball gets to the right-hand side here for Achraf Hakimi, who sends in a cross brilliantly, looking for Sabai, but couldn't quite keep that. Hakimi goes in for the challenge again. Casemiro delays a little, and eventually the referee comes to the aid of Lucas Paquetá, who has been quite silent in this game. And the quality of Paquetá, the quality of Vinicius Jr., you'd always expect the game to have been a very simple one there for Brazil, but unfortunately it is not as it is, and the momentum has really been quite a very difficult one here for Brazil. Ball comes back to the left hand side of defense area, and again Gabriel will send it to the left hand side for Douglas Santos, who picks support here from Vinicius Jr. And Vinicius again, who is the only player to have scored so far for Brazil, with just a little over 45 minutes more to be played in the second half. And there's still more time here for the Brazilians to do what they love doing, but Ibanez outfield. Good play here to the right-hand side. We're just trying to send in a cross, but couldn't send the ball through. And that was Bruno Guimaraes fighting the ball anyhow. Good control here from Morocco. Ball comes in field. What a way to be pushed over by Casemiro. The referee says that, and Brahim will certainly not be. So the second yellow goes for Bruno Guimaraes, and he needs to be very careful. He needs to be very careful. Take a look at this. That was unfair. And the referee got it right by issuing a yellow card. And like you get earlier, for him, issuing yellow cards is more or less a hobby to him.
Yes. Once you, try to be over aggressive. I mean, try to use foul play to win balls. I think he will discipline you, and that's exactly what we are seeing in the games. So far, in terms of officiating, it's been decent so far. I mean, giving the boy fouls when it's needed, and then also making sure that any foul play is prevented in the game.
Let's see whether things may shape up as it stands now. Good opportunity here for Brazil. Doubling up in numbers, Brazil. Ball goes to the left-hand side here for Lucas Paqueta, looking for the best of option. Here comes Douglas for Brazil. Ball comes in for Vinicius, who surveyed the turf beautifully. Was just looking for Rafinha, but couldn't quite find him. And Brahimi would certainly take charge here for Morocco. Good play here from Brahimi, but still wouldn't get the opportunity to go further. Ball comes in forward. Here is Rafinha, and it's a foul here for Rafinha. And again, it looks as though Rafinha Vinicius Junior partnership is not clicking this time around. And it has been on few instances that we've seen the two click very well. But since then, we have never seen any telepathy existing between the two players. And we are just getting closer to the 45th minute mark, and it's still a goal apiece here at the MetLife Sports Stadium. And again, we're just waiting to see how things may go in the last few seconds of the first half. Gabriel will join the rest in the 18-yard area and just trying to capitalize on his height to see if indeed Brazil will be able to get a first half win. But let's see how things may go. Even though it's early yet, but clearly you could see that Brazil are struggling. Ball comes into the 18-yard area. Good delivery there from Bruno Guimaraes. But this time around, will be a header away by Ashraf Hakimi. But let's see whether indeed the Moroccans will be able to let this count. Good play, wonderful exchanges, beautiful play here from Morocco. Hakimi. And again, we are beginning to experience what football is all about. And I'm just not surprised that they call them the Brazilians of African football.
That is what they claim. We don't know. I mean, widely, if you say something like that, then it's something that most Africans, I mean, accept. But that is not the case, obviously.
And then look at the position of Igor Thiago. He was at the left-hand side trying to defend. And as a striker, you need your defenders to be doing the defending more than you as a striker. And that is what drawing this Brazilian team down.
His position has been terrible in this game.
And for someone who is playing in his first tournament, he needs to show something. And for someone who was also picked ahead of a Joao Pedro, he needs to, show that, yes, this is why I was picked over. But he's not shown anything so far. But maybe in the next 45 minutes, he can actually get them.
Brilliant.
What a hit there from Lucas Paqueta, an excellent save there from Bono. That was an overhead kick, and take a look again at this one. Brilliant one, of course. And Bono was at it again.
Richarlison scored a similar goal back in 2022.
And that was in their game against Switzerland.
And it looks like they want to, recreate that here in USA also.
And it's a corner kick here for Brazil, looking to get their second of this game, and of course in the half. Rafinha is just going to step up here for Brazil. Rafinha comes in with a delivery. A chance here for Brazil!
Igor Thiago.
And it's just a flash across. And Marquinhos is not happy. He thinks it should have been a corner kick. Or what is he implying?
He wants a corner. Oh?
Yeah.
But let's take a look again at what happened in the 18-yard area. Maybe he is rather calling for a penalty. And some of these referees are difficult to convince regardless of how.
No, in this World Cup, the VAR has the power to intervene. Yeah. So I think that now they've given the VAR, much authority.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's see if they can. But I think that Morocco, they've been the better side in this. Unai, Anouish, and then Boadi, they've been brilliant. And I think that Vinicius too, he needs, I don't know whether it is the coach who has restricted him, but he needs to, try and then drag Hakimi from his position, and then maybe it will open up the door for them.
And one instance in this game created an opportunity for Vinicius Junior to get the equalizer for Brazil. That sounded a little more theatrical based on the description of the referee. I think it should have been. It should have been a foul. It should have been a foul. That was a very bad one. It's a career-threatening one. And I mean, sometimes players who suffer this, situations end up spending, months.
It starts
and it's surprising there's no VR intervention.
But this wouldn't call for the VR intervention, but at least it should have been a foul. So we are getting to the dynamics of the first half. Rafinha, Alisson Becker, Douglas. And so finally the vessel goes for the end of what has been a very entertaining first 45 minutes of play at the MetLife International Stadium in New Jersey. And the first goal by Sabari was equalized later on by Vinicius Junior, putting the game back at stalemate at the end of the first 45 minutes. Clearly, we enjoyed the game, isn't it? I mean, looking at how, all the teams performed, that was a good performance from both teams.
All right, so that's the end of the first 45 minutes. We'll be back for the first half match analysis. But then let me tell you that, look, we are men in this room, and fathers are not celebrated enough. Yes, fathers are not celebrated enough. It is only on Father's Day that you hear the phrase responsible men. But then when it gets to Mother's Day, you don't hear happy Mother's Day to only responsible women. As if we don't have irresponsible mothers. So Father's Day, we don't want to hear anything about happy Father's Day to all responsible men. No, we want to hear happy Father's Day. Nothing, no caveat, no explanation. So GhanaWeb is bringing a walk with dad, and it will be on the 20th of June 2026. It will be started at 6:30 a.m. from Ayi Mensah Toll Booth to Lodge Tavern. So on 20th of June, come and then join the GhanaWeb for the walk with dad, celebrating our fathers, and it's brought to you by Rush Energy Drink, YFM, Praise TV, Trisco, Conco Plus, Waylead, Nanes, a host of others, and we'll come and then talk about this one proper. A walk with dad. It will be coming on the 20th of June 2026. After first 45 minutes at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it is Brazil 1, Morocco 1. We'll be back after this break.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola, locate the QR code on the label, scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment. I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended.
recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
My fellow Africans, another responsibility has come. Let's not waste our time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's go straight to picking names and national and cities you are from. I'm Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. If I say, now we don't go this World Cup, now we dey enjoy them. Tomorrow, Alvaro Gonzalez from Rio de Janeiro. The video don't go too long. That's it. Drop your name and your city or Brazil.
The only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. It's for Brazil to destroy Morocco. Oh, because I'm African, I have to support support which Morocco? Support which Morocco? Did Morocco tell you the Africans? Morocco have told you in your face, you black Africans, that they're Arab. And you black Africans keep want to force yourself to support Morocco. So the only joy for me tomorrow is for Brazil to destroy Morocco. To destroy Morocco. When they are winning, they are Arab. When they are losing, they want to be African. My only joy tomorrow, for Brazil to destroy Morocco.
I know that as Africans, we are supposed to support each other. We are supposed to, back each other and say, Africans, no. Today, I am supporting Brazil, right? And for obvious reasons. Number one, my boy, Vini Jr. Everybody knows that I'm a very, very big fan of Vini Jr. Plays for Brazil. And also, my player, Rafinha, also plays for Brazil. So I have Brazil connection. And one of the players that made me fall in love with football, Ronaldinho, right? He's a Brazilian. So my connection with Brazil is more than my connection with Morocco, right? So today, all support is going to Brazil. I feel like Brazil, if they have to show that they want to really win this World Cup and they want to be one of the contenders to win this World Cup, this kind of match, a match against Morocco, is a game where Brazil should be showing themselves. Like they should be showing that we are back. We want to win the World Cup, right? We are one of the top South American teams. I need to see Vini Jr. perform. I need to see Rafinha perform, right? Hendrick, Igor Thiago, all the boys, Casemiro, all the boys that went with the Brazil national team. I think Brazil has a very good squad, going into this World Cup. And I think their squad should be able to at least take them to quarterfinals.
Look at this statement from Ashraf Hakimi. In Africa, they call us
second team, Spain. We show Spain. Material Sekuta, players Sekuta, almost my favorites. Third, France. Wow, we did that. Defending champion. Fourth, I'm say Argentina. Argentina, social place Sekuta, so I'm so Muhammad. My last team, and Belgium. Belgium, so because of Dokunti, almost me support mo pa. By Ghana there, Capone there, ya kwakwa diaba. When say Ghana tournament na yokon, obi against here. By anya against na there den, ya de bobo no. Pitch no na be den. E be chire. Timi so ma dwen chire.
Me pick France, Spain, Germany so, and then England. So England so ekuta team. And Argentina so Argentina so bet me agi. Ghana dey bia bet me akoye nim dey bet. Nigeria no dey yanka say obi a nim ya ka say beje kura na ye dada ye ho. Ye babo ya ho modern dey bet. Ho dey bia enim ye koye nim no like progress bi ba any be hu dey be kan be say dey entumi nka say bia Black Star beje World Cup analysis dey bia no dey enye adwuma.
Okay, World Cup na ye kwani ye. By 5 countries on the bomb one Ghana ka ho. Second, England. Third, near can say Brazil. Fourth, na Spain. Na fifth near Portugal. So 5 countries we na more than pana World Cup no enye krabehwe. Na team so a person onye Portugal. On the only be the 0 nti. A person 0 so J World Cup ni bi na only Messi yepe.
because achievement a Messi di beating in a World Cup. Bibia obia will be but achievement a Messi di beating in a World Cup. And the World Cup he bon pay say Portugal mom home modern no mun na kambom no mun boa Euro. Na Euro nye World Cup ni bi no ne Messi enye pepepe oh World Cup ni. A team so a me pese o mo ko final Ghana any Portugal. Na Ghana ye pia cap no boko de ama Portugal. Ye de ba and this is for best nti na ye pese ye de ba. Nti ye mfama Portugal for na Euro njibi no ne Messi nyepe.
Your top 5 countries to do well or to win the FIFA World Cup?
Yo, World Cup na ye kore de. Me mediga ka che me nkro me nanfo nyina say countries a bit ma je World Cup no. 5 countries a bit ma je ba emu ba ko bit ma je. Ghana ka ho. First one, obi bit ma je. First Germany. Second, our count Spain. Third, France. Fourth, Ghana. Obia any end so say Ghana. Afiwe Afi. World Cup with Ghana. Ye jaba Ghana ha. Wa won mi say wo de won timi, wo de won ni jidie no. Pe ba bi gina. Do twa to Argentina. 5 countries bit ma je World Cup no. Ani aka Africa Ghana ni lipo bit ma age eka ho. Mo ye dan ya Ghana afiwe Afi. Ye beje World Cup no. Ye ntima anye kura na. Ye be wura ba bi a. Ebe obia surprise say Ghana.
Black Kwame me Platinum Cross. Born I ever born the first 5 countries now what Canada. Me there me choose Brazil, France, Germany, and Argentina. Na last one is Morocco. 5 countries no. On beat me ajibo cup no. Except countries no American.
Match in
All right, so welcome back from the break. You're still watching GhanaWeb's live 2026 FIFA World Cup Group C game between Brazil and the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Sabari Ismail getting the opening goal for the Moroccans, and Vinicius Jr. with his trademark goal to get the equalizer for the Brazilian national team. But then overall, Morocco were the better team in the first 45 minutes. Frank, Morocco's performance, you had predicted that Brazil were going to win the game. What do you think that Morocco did right in that first half?
They ran more, they defended more, they attacked better than and it was they talk about how Brazil were not very okay with playing together as a team. They have the individual talent, but playing together as a team, they've not done it perfectly tonight. But with Morocco, they defend together, they attack together, and they are very pacey, and that's what's causing this problem in the Brazilian team, because Casemiro, his legs are gone. He can't match up to the pace of Unai and the others. And when it goes to the defense also, Marquinhos, even though he's a very talented defender, a veteran at the back, his legs are also gone. So they can't match up to, and I think that's what the Moroccans have seen. So they are doing more the pacey attacking. And when you have a team set up like how Brazil have set up, you need your striker, that's Igor Thiago, to lead the press. But in this instance, he's been all over the place. I saw him at left back at one point. He was at right back at one point. He was in midfield at one point. And I don't know the role that Carlo Ancelotti has given him. So maybe going into the dressing room, Carlo Ancelotti, if he doesn't make a change, if he doesn't replace Igor Thiago, he needs to maybe give him a particular role. Stay up front. Let Vinicius and Rafinha feed you the balls. But when you draw back, it means that you are drawing the Moroccan team all over into the Brazilian half, and that's what's causing the major problem in this Brazilian team. So what they need to do is run more, replace Casemiro. See, he's on a yellow card.
It looks like he's going to do that, because I've seen Fabinho,
because he's on a yellow card, and he's not been. Let's not think he was best at Manchester United. His heydays came when Curry came, and all of a sudden, all the players at United started playing better. Not because he was phenomenal, but because the team started to play better. It also affected his play, and he started playing better. He's been very humble in the last couple of seasons, so it's not a shock to me that tonight he's had a shocker and he's been run over by Unai, who plays for Girona. I mean,
But yes, let me come to you, Ben. Talk to me about Azedine Unai. He's been the one who has been causing all the trouble for the Brazilian in midfield. In the first half, his ratings 7.1 is good. 45 minutes. How difficult has it been in this game for Brazil?
I think, as you said, Unai has been very influential in midfield, and then unfortunately for Brazil, too, their midfield partnership is not working. Casemiro has been booked, and as you said, he is likely to be replaced in the second half. And then if you look at Lucas Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes is doing more in attack. But when it comes to containing the midfield, trying to stop Wadi Unai from, progressing the balls, it's been very challenging for them. And so I believe that he has been the spark for the Moroccans. But I think apart from Unai, Brahim Diaz too, I think he's been very, very influential. His pressing game is very, very good. He comes to the midfield. I think at a point I saw Wadi. There was a ball where Wadi was standing. It took Brahim Diaz to come all the way to the midfield to come and press the ball, and they were able to, regain possession through that. And I believe that the Moroccans have been very good. I think if Carlo is able to solve their midfield issue, that's the Casemiro loophole in midfield, it will help them to assert themselves in the game better, gain better control, and then also help the likes of Rafinha, because I didn't see Rafinha in the first half. Earlier in best of the game, he was trying to give some passes to Vinicius. I think 2 solid passes, but unfortunately he wasn't able to finish it off. I think if Carlo is able to solve the midfield problem, it will allow Rafinha as well to also come into the game. Because if you are getting Vinicius giving you the goals, trying to take on defenders, then Rafinha also joins the attack. It's something that will give you that push and then give you the goal that you obviously need.
All right, 2 changes for Carlo Ancelotti, the 2 Brazilians who were, cautioned in the first half with yellow card. That is Ibanez and Casemiro. They've both been replaced by Danilo, formerly Manchester City and then Juventus, and also Fabinho, who doesn't need any introduction. So the second half is Ready Rush Energy Drink, Melcom, Ulas Enterprise, Just Chinese, and we'll come back to talk about the other sponsors. But now let's go to the MetLife Stadium. Prince Owusu is on standby.
Well, so welcome back to the second half. The first half was an excellent game from both teams, and like he indicated earlier, 2 substitutions so far from Brazil. Danilo and of course Fabinho have all come to replace Casemiro and also Enrique, respectively. And the second half is underway, and it's Vinicius Jr. taking the ball from the left-hand side, comes in for support here from Gabriel. This is Marquinhos here for Brazil. They are trying to put their passes together. A bit of a play here from Brazil, dictating the pace so far in the early seconds of the second half. The game has really seen much of a delightful play and moment, particularly in the first half. But how would the second half go? Paqueta controls beautifully, sends the ball back here for Vinicius Jr., who travels the ball to the other side of the pitch beautifully. And to the right-hand side, the ball goes here for Rafinha, who is looking for the best of options here for Brazil. Now the ball goes behind, and referee says it's a corner kick here for Brazil. Early minutes in the second half, and clearly we are beginning to see traces of the real Brazilian side that we used to know years back.
Yes, injections that Carlo has made, the Danilo, Fabinho coming into the game, I think it's likely to have real effect on the game in terms of how the Brazilians play. It's really impact them. Give them the free role to operate when attacked and also progress the ball from midfield. I think through that they will be able to get some set pieces have become very integral parts of the football. You know how Arsenal won the league, a lot of controversies surrounding set pieces. They were able to utilize them when it matters, and that helped them to win the English Premier League after a long while. So I believe that if you're a team and you want to do well, you are seeking to win the laurel, you need to be very good at set pieces. And I hope Brazil will be able to take advantage of that.
Corner kick taken by Rafinha, great opportunity, and the ball deflects out again, and it's another corner kick here for Brazil. And that was the touch there from Marquinhos, nearly resulting in the second goal for Brazil. And the second corner kick on the bounce here for them to probably get something out of. Corner kick here for Brazil. Ball effected beautifully. A chance in here. But let's see how well things may go. Vinicius Jr. surveyed the turf again, but couldn't go beyond him. And this time around, the Moroccans will try to capitalize on this opportunity. El Nussi, and the ball goes behind by Fabinho. And talking about Fabinho, previously he was with Liverpool, and Danilo also with Manchester City. So it brings a touch of experience when it comes of the substitution that he made in the second half.
Yes, Fabinho played under Jurgen Klopp. You know, the gang pressing era of football during the Jurgen Klopp era. I mean, when he was coaching Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then also Danilo also coming from Manchester. These were two fantastic players who were doing very well. But it's just recent that, I mean, football, you can't play at a peak level for, I mean, permanently. There comes a time where you want to move, and so they have made moves, and I think coming on, they bring that sort of rich experience into the game and help this Brazilian side in terms of getting the breakthrough in the game.
Achraf Hakimi going through some pains, so clearly you could see that there was a stamp on his foot, and this certainly will be painful. And as seen from his facial expression, still going through some pains. And Bruno Guimaraes, Newcastle United, though they didn't do well, but at a point, Bruno Guimaraes became a talk in town where a lot of people expect him to probably switch camp.
Yeah, and once he got injured, Newcastle started fading away, and that was one major factor that made Newcastle not the Newcastle that they were when they won the 2025 Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
This season they struggled, and once he came back, they started, you know, playing like themselves again. So that shows that Guimaraes is a very key player wherever he is. And I'm thinking he needs to be given that kind of free role he has at Newcastle.
Yeah.
Carlo Ancelotti should let him dictate the play, should let him do whatever he wants with the ball. He's not doing that in this current Brazil team. And if he's given that opportunity to dictate play, to play in the free role, he can create numerous chances like he does at Newcastle.
Ball comes to the right-hand side here. Couldn't quite control that. Ball is taken over by Mazraoui. Beautiful player from the Atlas Lion. Mazraoui is still progressing. Mazraoui is still progressing. Good play here to the left-hand side here for Al Mazraoui. And certainly, we've seen some good play from Morocco in the second half especially. And they are gradually becoming the raw powerhouse of African football.
And Boadidi is 18 years old at Lille. He plays in the French Ligue 1, and then Arnoui is also 24 at Serie A Roma. And I want to talk about the ages because Fabinho coming in, he's 34. You replacing Casemiro with another 34-year-old. I mean, it's the same thing. They are going to keep running over them, and that's what keeps happening.
Vinicius, Mazraoui with a clearance and completely out of play. Joe, I mean 34 for 34, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
like the old show.
It's the same thing, but I think it is because of Casemiro's yellow card.
Yeah.
And the way the Moroccans are running, he doesn't want to end the game with 10 men.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why he opted to take him out. But then let's talk about Igor Thiago. The young man has been terrible in this game. His movements is not good. He's not involving himself in playing, and I think that for in history, even Fred, 2014, and I'm not talking about the Fred that came to Manchester United, the Fred, the striker, the number nine. That most people said that recently, in terms of the strikers Brazil have produced, he's the substandard one. But even him, if you watch, he was scoring, he was involved in play, and he had his best tournament in the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup. But Igor Thiago, he needs to involve himself in the game. He shouldn't stay up there and then wait for somebody to serve him on a silver platter like he's OG who just need to be there and then receive the services.
I think it's just the sideway passes. Brazil are doing more of the sideway passes than finding the target man. And
Okay.
even once it goes into the box, the final pass to find Thiago doesn't come. So he's been left there and he's just chasing shadows. I think it's because of the kind of tactics Carlo Ancelotti has set up his team to play. You can't fault Igor Thiago that much. If he's been given the chance and then he's missed them, that's where you can say that he's not been playing better, but he's not been given the chances. He's not even given the chance to see the goalkeeper at one-on-one. He had a chance there, but he couldn't even,
I
get
think
the
sometimes
better shot.
his position in the box too is problematic.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there will be a cross, then you'll be distant away from the cross. Meanwhile, if you had been in the right place at the right time, made the move, you could have gotten contact with the ball. And so, his position in the box too is problematic. He needs to check that as well.
And sometimes it's because of pressure. Player goes down, referee allows play to continue. Oh, poor pass there from Ashraf Hakimi. Ball comes in here for Vinny. Hakimi pushes him down. Referee shows no interest. Good touch again. Vinicius. And again, Hakimi does well to recover beautifully here for Morocco. Goes down eventually. Referee is on hand to see that. Ashraf Hakimi has been the road, danger for Vinicius Junior's, progression in terms of play. He's done very well. He's been able to stop him on a couple of occasions. And clearly, you could see wonderful play here from Ashraf Hakimi.
And you understand why PSG and then the Moroccans were sweating when he got injured in the latter stages of the season.
Yeah.
He almost missed this this
World Cup,
but due to some physicians and how good they treated him, he's back and he's shown the quality over the last couple of seasons. He's shown that he's the current African
best player,
and he's shown on countless.
He might win it again.
He might maintain it.
Unless
Semenyo.
Antoine Semenyo can and Sadio Mane can produce some magical moments at this World Cup, Hakimi will win the African best again.
Yes, and I think I completely agree with Joel. Yeah, he still has a brighter. He has about 70% chances of winning.
Yes,
very well. Mazraoui from the left-hand side, speeding off and trying to take on players. Beautiful play here from Mazraoui. Good touch to the left-hand side. Here comes Morocco, trying to sprint passes together. Morocco have a chance here. And again, what I thought was he thinking about, and that was a hard-fought challenge there, but referee says play continues, despite the shout and call there. Finishes in here. Good control comes in for here for Nicolas Paquetá. And for Paquetá, I think he's been very down in this game.
You see, I've always maintained that Paquetá is overrated. He's like João Felix.
Yeah.
The hype around him and the output he gives on the field.
Yeah.
In fact, for somebody like João Felix, since he made that move to Atletico Madrid, this Al Nassr season is the only season that he's performed.
Yeah, and
Paquetá, I think the performance he gave at West Ham 2 seasons ago, the one that he nearly moved to Manchester City, is the one that people are still like using to judge him. But then the hype around him and then his output, I think that it doesn't match.
It doesn't match. It's lost the aura, but great opportunity to the right-hand side here for Hafenha. Wonderful ball upfield, great opportunity again, and the girl, the ball will be shielded out of play. And clearly, we are beginning to see the raw Brazilian style of play. Second half, they've been the better side of the two. And I think they still have a chance and a better way of at least getting the second of this game.
Yes, in terms of a team likely or the probability of a team getting the second goal is obviously in favor of Brazil. You will see that there's some sort of interest when it comes to pressing together. All the attackers press in unison, and that really has helped them put some sort of pressure on the defenders. And so it doesn't give them the freedom to, have enough thoughts about the ball. Laying the passes, getting into the midfielders, and then also for them to transition to the attackers. And that has really helped them is they maintain the kind of press that they are playing at the moment, and also be able to the attackers be able to locate Igor Thiago. He seemed lost, as we've said a lot about him in the game. He seemed absolutely lost in the game, but I think the attackers too could do well to locate him, and that could also help them.
So talking about Morocco, they've never won their opening match at the World Cup. They've played 6. Well, they've won 3 and drawn 3 as well. They've lost 3 rather and drawn 3. Create opportunity from the right-hand side. Looking to go way beyond that. 2 players will try to close him down, but still will manage to hold on to that ball. No chance at all. Lucas Paqueta comes back to defensive duties. Paqueta holds on to that ball. Good touch again here into the 18-yard area for Gabriel, Alisson Becker, and again, you could see, I mean, some style of play here from Brazil, and I think it's one of the things that is doing the magic for them. They are allowing them to put much pressure on them, and this is what they are trying to capitalize on. We sit back, hold the pressure, and then use Vinicius Junior as our outlets and capitalize on the pace that he has to possibly punish them. So this was Lucas Paqueta on that occasion, and there was a slap in the face. The referee allows play to continue despite the shout there by the players. This is Gabriel, the player who lost the finals of the Champions League not long ago, but here he is in the finals of the World Cup. A moment here for Rafinha, looking for the best of option. Ball comes in here beautifully for Lucas Paqueta. Ball is sent to Vinicius Junior. Good play in here. Fabinho takes charge. Good touch again here for Danilo, who picks support here from Marquinhos. Straight to the left-hand side here for Ibanez, who is now supported by Vinicius Junior. Vinicius, I mean, so far so good. The second half especially, we've seen most of the ball so far from the Brazilians, and gradually they are developing the aura again, isn't it?
Yes, I think the aura is gradually
they're coming back. I mean, Ancelotti has done some magics in the second half, and clearly it's working for them.
Yeah.
Ball goes to the left. Here comes Vinicius again. Sends the ball up for no one there to connect with him. And the Moroccans will try to get the ball back again. Mazouari, Bono, Diop. Great opportunity. Ball sent outfield. Looking for Brahimi. No one there to connect that with him. And there's one thing that I'm beginning to realize in this game. Even though the Brazilians are possessing, but yet still there's no dots to connect to get them a goal. And that's one problem they are facing so far.
And I'm looking at their bench and trying to see who can come into the midfielders, attacking midfield, and try to create something in the attacking third of the Brazilians. And it's only Matheus Cunha who can come and do that. But in doing so, it means he would have to sacrifice either Lucas Paqueta or Rafinha.
No, the only one who needs to come out is Lucas Paqueta, because Rafinha and then Matheus Cunha, they don't play in the same position, and I think that in terms of impact and what these two can also have on the game, I was even shocked why he started Lucas Paqueta over Matheus Cunha.
Yes, it's 60 minutes, and Igor Thiago is still playing, which means we are complaining that he's not been good, but I don't think Carlos sees it that way, because if 60 minutes.
Okay, so he's bringing Luis Enrique. Yes.
So Paqueta like called for.
Well, yeah. So I think the discussion we had just no long ago, it confirms it. Yes. Obviously, yes, Paqueta should be subbed off, and then Cunha replaces him, which is a very good decision. And Igor Thiago is off for Luis Enrique, and I think. All our predictions have been accurate. But then, talking about Luis Enrique, Zenit St. Petersburg, and he plays as a winger. I'm wondering how he's going to cope up with that.
So Rafinha is now going to lead the attack. I think that this is the way it has to go.
Yeah.
Rafinha needs to lead the attack as the force number 9.
Yeah.
You put Vinicius and then Luis Enrique on the wings, and then put Matheus Cunha in front of either Casemiro and then Bruno Guimaraes. You have your starting lineup, because Matheus Cunha can do more than what Paqueta gives you.
Yeah.
He can score, he can create, he can push. So he gives you a lot more. But let's see if that will be able to
looks like a 4-1-4-1 formation for Brazil with Fabinho sitting at the base, and now, just like Joel said, Rafinha is the leading attacker, and 4 attacking midfielders behind that. Vinicius at the right. Cunha is now at the top of the right-hand side, and let's see.
No, he is playing as the second striker behind Rafinha. Luis Enrique is the one on the right
hand side. So good substitutions there from Carlo Ancelotti, and this time around, let's see whether Brazil will be able to get a much-needed win. They have never lost in their last 20 editions of a World Cup game as opening fixture, and this time around, Bruno Guimaraes goes down. He's not comfortable, but the referee comes to his aid. Sabari, the one who scored the first goal so far in this edition of a World Cup here for Morocco, and this is the referee's view of the decision there. That was a good call by the referee, Bruno Guimaraes. And referee is trying to explain something to, Fabinho, who seems to be.
Needs to change his
yes, exactly. And there's another substitution there from Morocco.
But I also think that, when Morocco's run to the semi-finals in the last edition, there was a certain Roman size who was at the back handling things for the Moroccans. And based on what we've seen so far, I think that Issa Diop and then Maz, they've been superb. And whilst we were hitting on Igor Thiago for being a ghost in this game, I think that we also need to praise them for their combination at the back. They've not really played together for that long. They didn't play together at the AFCON. But then their partnership at the back, it is working for them. And Morocco to El Anous and then Unai are both out of the game. They will be replaced. So let's see. But it doesn't look like this game will end in a draw.
Exactly. From the glimpses we are experiencing in the second half, there's a possibility of a shocker. But the way the Brazilians are playing clearly shows that they are hungry and hoping to get a win here. Talbi and also El Mourabe all are going on for Morocco. We're just about 65 minutes, 20 minutes played in the second half, with about 25 minutes more to the end of the entire 90 minutes of play here from the MetLife International Stadium. And it's still Brazil 1, Morocco 1. And Brahimi, he didn't have a successful game. Let's be honest with ourselves. We didn't see much from him.
But he's not been that bad.
Yes, my emphasis is based on the fact that at least you would always expect him to be one of the front runners in the team.
He created less. I don't think he created enough chances. For his.
In terms of off the ball, tackling and pressing, I think he was brilliant.
Brilliant indeed. But let's see how well things may go. Ball comes to the right-hand side here for Danilo. Picks up Luis Enrique, who controls calmly, but eventually will be fouled by Mazraoui. But referee quickly allows play to continue and flow here for the Brazilians. Let's see whether this will really count. And this time around, Mazraoui will take charge here for Morocco. Will send the ball upward and straight out of the danger zone.
Luis Enrique is just a copycat of Estevao. That's why when Estevao was injured, I knew that he is definitely the one who is going to replace him.
William Estevao. Oh, had it not been the injury, Estevao would have been at the World Cup.
Oh yes,
definitely. He would have been a starter too. Aga is a very talented player.
Oh, you're letting your Chelsea affiliation.
No, I'm speaking of it's a fact. Because anytime under Ancelotti, anytime he was fit, so when he was fit, it was the formation I was talking about, Rafinha as the false nine, Estevao and then Vinicius.
Well, that was a very good opportunity there, but it's been wasted regardless. That was a cross coming in all the way from Bruno Guimaraes. Was able to trace Rafinha, who couldn't give in a knock of that ball. That was powerful, isn't it? Yes. There was so much force behind it, and obviously you wouldn't expect him to have got into that.
Yes. And then the timely manner in which he got there too didn't really help. But there was power of force behind the ball.
And
Which
that's where
contributed
a
to
proper
the goal.
center forward is needed
supposed to
here.
possess,
Yeah, because a proper center forward will smell that this is where the ball will be, and he will definitely be there to put the ball inside.
But I got Thiago. Well, he did his best.
Maybe Hendrick.
So this is another period of hydration where they're going to take some liquid to tone down the pressure. So kindly note that the last time that the competition was held in the North Americas, we saw Brazil emerge as the winners in 1994.
But then they came up against Italy.
Italy in the
Who didn't
final, and
qualify
that was where there was a whole debate about, you know, Roberto Baggio before his inclusion in the national team. And then when they went for the World Cup, he did very well too.
Yeah, and then he was also the one who actually laid the team down. I mean, the last PK over the bar. So,
but he was equally the same person who steered them into the grand finale.
Yeah.
A hero becoming a villain at the end of the competition.
And it happens in football.
Exactly.
Just like Asamoah Gyan, he led us all the way to the quarterfinals. But when the opportunity was there for him to get us to the semifinals, he couldn't. And you can't. Football has its own way of changing the script at times.
It's normal. I mean, it happens all the time. So the cooling break is on. I mean, technically, what do you think? I mean, Carlo Ancelotti has been able to get right in this second half, especially.
First of the substitutions, you've seen that since Fabinho came on, Danilo then came on, I think the midfield, you will see that Brazil have gained control of the midfield. To the extent that Unai is no longer that force that we reckon in the first half is no longer, I mean, giving us that same sort of performance. And that also tells you the experience that these players came in with. I mean, Fabinho in the Premier League and the club, then also, I mean, their Champions League run. It clearly tells you the experience that he has garnered over the years and how he's able to, contribute to this. So I think the substitutions is something that he's gotten it right. And I think the second set of players that he introduced, Luis Enrique, and then there's another player.
Enrique, and then how do you call it? Cunha.
Cunha, yes. I think these are another two players that I think as the game is progressing, I foresee Brazil score or win the game. From what has transpired so far, I foresee Brazil and win the game. But Morocco, I don't know, the spark is gone.
They don't have the spark anymore.
The spark is gone.
So Frank, Morocco, they seem to be slipping in the second half, especially. I mean, how the performance they put up in the first half is not same in the second half.
And this is how where the big guns get separated from the normal team, because the bench come into play. And right when Carlo Ancelotti saw that his midfield was getting run over, he made changes. But you can't say, yes, there are a lot of players at the bench of Morocco, but are they at the quality of the Unais and the Lebobade who were playing at the first half? But when it went to the Brazilian, you could see that there were like-for-like changes. Cunha came on for a striker who was Igor Thiago. There was Luis Enrique also coming on. And there was Fabinho also coming on to replace Carlo. So these were like-for-like changes. But when you go to the Moroccans, they didn't have although the players were there, they don't possess the same attribute as Unai, who was able to run over Casemiro. So this is where the bench will get into play. So who has the better bench is now the team that's controlling the game right now.
Well, let's see how it will go at the end of this 71 minutes, 19 minutes plus potentially added minutes of play to ensure the end of this crucial fixture. Good ball effort from Hakimi. And again, the control looks quite poorer, but Moroccans will try to recycle the ball back again. Mazwai sends the ball out for great opportunity, deflect out. It's a corner kick. And already flag had gone up against Sabari, who scored the first goal in the first half for Morocco. That was very tight, extremely tight. I mean, very tight. Certainly, it would have called for the intervention of the VAR.
If he had scored, the VAR will not rule the goal out.
Yes, there would have been an intervention, certainly, because it was very tight and close to decide from just the, judgment from the site. So Brazil still looking for their win here. And Morocco will have the opportunity here. Will they be able to capitalize on that? No. And again, the ball comes to the right-hand side here for Danilo. Who picks support here from Luis Enrique. Ball comes in here again for Danilo. And at his age, he keeps running. He's also in his 30s. And this time around, I'm wondering why Carlo Ancelotti seems to have so much interest, in the 30s. Meanwhile, as experienced in the first half, Casemiro did very well. But at a point, you realize that the youthful nature of the Moroccan midfield outrun him. And at a point, you could see that clearly there was so much fatigue in how he was playing.
Well, at Real Madrid, he was built out by Modric, the Benzema, who were older players. So I think that's where his love for the
he's
older,
an Italians
that
experience.
That is also there because you can see that once a player is leaving the Premier League, he will be going to the Serie A because of his age and the experience he carries. So yeah, I understand. The Italian also speaks back.
So 73 minutes gone, and it's still Brazil 1, Morocco 1. But let's see how things may go. Beautiful play here in front. And Moroccans will trust.
He's been 18 years.
Yes, and then, and then he's doing well for Los Lille too.
Yeah.
And then they've also qualified for the Champions League. And he's going to play a part. But let's see how well it will go. Good play here for Morocco. Wonderful up-foot play. Looking for the best of options. Picks Mazraoui from the left-hand side. But that's what to keep it here for Morocco. Good patch. A chance in here. Mazraoui sensing a cross. And a decent one, of course. But the ball will be cleared out completely by Fabinho. And talking about Fabinho, he's also in his 30s. So clearly you could see that on the field of play, about 3-4 players from Brazil are 30 plus in terms of age, and age-wise, they are quite old. Let me put it that way. And the system we find ourselves in tend to thrive more on. I mean,
in today's football, 30 plus is not old, because now a lot of players have shown that they were even better when they were in their 30s. Because look, the Benzema we saw in his 30s was better than the Benzema in his 20s in terms of his goal scoring abilities and then his ability to convert the chances. We've seen Luka Modric, we've seen Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, a host of we saw Thiago Silva. Marquinhos is in his 30s. So unlike before that, when the players get to their 30s, they are washed.
The current football demands physicality, energy, pace.
No, but still the 30 plus are still they are playing well, and then
in your case, I agree with you, because
the players you mentioned are players who are just, you know, as a centre back, Thiago Silva wouldn't need to, you know, run that much. As a centre forward, Benzema wouldn't need to. And we know Ronaldo and Messi, these two, they don't.
It's about position.
They don't
let
need
the position they play
much on the field to have proper connection with the football they play.
Football is not all about running.
Yes, and
it is about it is about
but certain positions require running.
It is about what you do. Ronaldo to be benched.
Well, no,
the energy and how he sways his team.
Football is not all about running. Sergio Busquets is one of the best defensive midfielders of all time. He doesn't run,
but he had the energy.
No, but
he had the energy there.
You said running.
Yes,
you said running.
And when you got to Modric, what happened?
Luka Modric and then I'm coming. Luka Modric and then Toni Kroos in their 30s were not running. They were still dominating games.
They had a Casemiro behind them who was younger then.
Even when he left, even when Casemiro left, they still dominated games to go and win 2 Champions League without Casemiro.
Well, this is beautiful here from Morocco. A shot across was simply not enough, but the clearance will do well for Brazil, and certainly will be a moment of respite for them. That was a good play from Morocco.
Yes, I think in the last 10 minutes, Morocco have regained that momentum that they had earlier in the first half. I think they are trying to create something. I think the Brazilians are struggling to prevent those threats at the moment. I don't know if the Moroccans will be able to, figure things out and get those chances out. I think the balls that have gone into the 18-yard box, most of the time you don't get a Moroccan player in the right position to connect them. That has been their problem. If not, they would have been leading by now.
Great opportunity here for Vinicius Junior. Good hit from Rafinha and great stop from Bono. And this is the first time in the second half that we have seen clear-cut opportunity for the way of Brazil, Frank.
Yeah, and that was brilliant from Vinicius. He got past his marker, laid the pass back. I think that was a feeble shot. He couldn't get his laces through it. And once, if he had put his laces through it, it would have been a tough save for Bono to make, because he was very close to the goalkeeper, and that could have been the deserved 2-1 for Brazil.
And we are beginning to see glimpses of Rafinha and Vinicius Junior partnership. And this is the moment that the coaches will have to speak with their players.
Football is it's funny at times.
Exactly.
You mentioned of a partnership between Rafinha and Vinicius.
Yeah.
These are rivals when they are playing for their club teams, Real Madrid, and they fight and all that. But once you go to the national team, you have to become friends all of a sudden.
Exactly.
Which is strange, but it's football, so we should keep enjoying these kind of battles at the club level. But once you come to the national team, you have to tone down.
No, it is only the English boys who take their rivalry to the national team.
Yes,
it's all over. It is only the English boys. Rooney will go to camp and he doesn't want to sit beside Steve Gerrard. He doesn't even want to look at him. He doesn't want to. Scholes doesn't want to interact with Lampard. It is only the English players who do that.
Back during their time, the rivalry between Liverpool, United,
but you see, there is no bigger rivalry in Europe than Barcelona and Real Madrid. There is none. In Europe, there is no. In fact, you are talking about
how many players were teammates at Real Madrid and Barcelona who were teammates at the national team.
We are talking about the Spanish national team, and you're asking us how many players were at rivals at Madrid and Barca, and then they were in the national team.
Talking about
and do you know who perpetuated that? It was Jose Mourinho.
The rivalry, the intense rivalry with Barcelona, it didn't only rise up during Mourinho's time, but I'm saying that the English boys, they are not able to separate their club feelings from their patriotic duty to their national team. That is why Sergio Ramos will go to the office of coach to tell him that, look, the partnership of Puyol and Piqué is good. Let them play. I'll play as right back. But the English boys, they can't do it.
So Morocco still back in action, getting closer to the 18-yard area. And the man of the moment who has done tremendously well for Morocco. Good play, away from one, away from two. Vinicius Junior will try to capitalize on this opportunity here. Tries to pick up Rafinha. That's what to pick him from the right-hand side. And this is a good moment here for Brazil, who are trying to move further. Santos controls beautifully. Press play to the left-hand side. Ball comes in field. Cunha away from one. Cunha away from two. Cunha away from three. And the ball will deflect out for a corner kick. Mateo Cunha will get the benevolence of the referee. Corner kick. So, and that was a great play here from Mateo Cunha. Take a look again at this. Was he really? Corner. Yes.
That's
no, it should have been a goal kick. But that angle would have been very difficult for the referee to decide.
He's taking a goal kick. Yeah.
Okay, so he reverses the decision then.
No, because now the VAR intervenes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the VAR intervenes, and then because if you award a corner kick to somebody
Yeah.
And then it was not corner, and they end up scoring.
You
yes.
fooled them, and that's fine. So Carlo Ancelotti not too happy with what is happening with Brazil. Oh, quite a poor pass! What a way to pop up, and what a way to do a mop up there from Bono. Nearly, Brazil would have had a second goal.
He knew when to make the run, and you got there at the right time. Otherwise, it would have been a different story for the Moroccans. It was a very poor pass. Feeble one.
And the only black man for Morocco.
He doesn't have the pace. If it was Vinicius, he would have gotten the ball.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say same. If it should have been Vinicius, that would have counted regardless. So there was a little nudge there. And that was Diop for Fulham. So Rafinha is not too happy with what is happening. I mean, Joel, anyone who knows much about football would have said that the history of the competition, it would have been an easy win for Brazil. But here they are still struggling.
You can't say it was going to be an easy win for Brazil. Because, like I said, these are two teams highly ranked. So you can't say it was going to be an easy win for Morocco. But then I think that the Morocco that we've seen, this is a different Morocco who will take the game to you, unlike the team built by Walid, that they relied on their defensive abilities. But if they can go toe to toe with Brazil like this, everybody should watch out for Morocco.
Exactly. And I was even expecting them to sit back, but fortunately, they are rather taking the game to Brazil, and this clearly tells you the kind of resurgence that has taken place in Morocco. We've done about 85 minutes, 5 minutes plus potentially other minutes of play, and the MetLife Stadium will be empty after witnessing one of the epic clashes involving two sides who come next to each other and the other and pecking by FIFA in terms of the FIFA ranking. And Zinedine Zidane, who won the World Cup in 1998, but in 2006, where he had the opportunity to have gone for the second, he messed up big time, isn't it? And that was something, I mean, a memory that will forever haunt him. He cost France, because France were on the verge of winning that very one. 5 minutes more to the end of the 90 minutes, and it's still Brazil 1, Morocco 1. Here is Gabriel, finds support here from Ibanez. Ball goes to the left-hand side here for Matthew Cunha. Was just looking for the ball outward. What a way to play. Confidence at its peak. Very good player by all standards. I mean, sometimes one thing that works magic is the fact that when teams come up against the supposedly, I mean, powerhouses in football, they tend to give up their great performance. And that's exactly what we've seen in this Moroccan side. I mean, they are doing tremendously well. They are taking the game to Brazil. And at some point, you could see Brazil suffocating. Good opportunity.
We need to commend the coach, because we saw what Hugo Bros did against Mexico. Even though he had the luxury to also play attacking football, he decided to sit back. But this is a coach who believes in his team, and he believes even if we go toe to toe with Brazil, we can hit them, and that's what they've done. So we need to commend the coach for setting up his team to also attack Brazil.
Yeah, but you see, I think that Brazil, they've also made things easy for Morocco.
Okay.
Because they don't press.
Yeah.
And if you look at how they play, because Rafinha plays in a team that press in a very coordinated way, he's always eager to trigger the press. Like he's always eager to trigger the press. But the thing about coordinated press is that if one moves, another needs to fill in the shoes.
Yeah.
And because it is not something that they've practiced on the training grounds, and Morocco press in a very coordinated way, that is one of the reasons why the Moroccans have been dominating this game largely, because whenever Brazil gets the ball in their own half, the way Sabari triggers the press, all his teammates, they follow accordingly and each know where they stand.
Good play here from the right-hand side. Ball will be sent back in here for Morocco, who are trying to at least maintain the points, or better still go in for the maximum point at stake. Good touch again. Morocco dictating the pace so far. Wonderful run here from the right-hand side. Moves away from one. Good catching here. A cross is good. And that was a good cross there. And again, Douglas Santos, is doing very well for Brazil. So 2 minutes to the end of the 90 minutes. So this was a very magical moment. That was a brilliant goal by our standard. A very young man. He has many World Cups ahead of him. Sabari, who plays for PSV and Ovin and the Eredivisie. And Rahimi takes his place this time around, with just about a minute and a half more to the end of 90 minutes of play. And the ball has been cleared out completely, but just hoping to at least get a point or more. So the history of the competition states that no foreign coach has ever won it, but who knows? Just as some years ago, we had no club win the Champions League back-to-back, before Madrid did it back-to-back, before recently Paris Saint-Germain also doing back-to-back. There's a possibility that you might have a foreign coach win it for the first time. So this is just a verbal warning from the referee.
Because in football, legacy is not remembered; it is made.
Yes.
We don't rely on history. And I hope this history will be broken by, the Black Stars of Ghana.
He is speaking from a partisan point of view. Ball goes in field, good control in here. Chance to capitalize on the available opportunity. Good play. Luis Enrique. Ball comes in field here for Cunha. Cunha goes down. Referee comes to his aid quickly. So we've been able to cross the 90 minutes of play, and it's still Brazil 1, Morocco 1. We are going to have 10 minutes of other time. And that's massive, 10 minutes of other time.
Because you see, because of the hydration, all the games they add a minimum of 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think the injury to the goalkeeper also contributed to
then substitutions.
Yes, and then the substitutions that we've seen about 8 substitutions combined.
Yeah.
So I think that it is fair.
That's a chance.
There's a great opportunity for Rafinha. And the communication couldn't quite go right.
I thought he could have shot on his own.
No, it was not for him. It was for Vini.
Good touch. Wonderful exchanges here from Morocco. Diop. Bono. Bono will try to recycle this here for Morocco. Yes, Fabinho. Looking for the best of options. Here comes Douglas. Now to Vinicius Jr., who goes away from one. Still Vinicius Jr. And again, Ashraf Hakimi does what to block that ball from progressing further. But with that notwithstanding, this is just a corner kick here for, Brazil.
Yes, Hakimi, as I said, it's I think fairly when it comes to one-on-one, he's had the better of Vinicius Jr.
Yeah.
I have not seen clear instance where he's able to take him on and then go in there to create or score. But I think the battle has been okay. Just that I would say Hakimi won it at the end of the day. But what I've seen from the game, I think at this game both sides have adopted cautious approach.
Yeah.
You concede and the game is over. And so it's a very cautious approach from both sides. Any of them could score, but it looks like Brazil have the energy and then the flair to make it happen. Yeah, just that it's still going sideways.
Konya looking for the best of options. And there's great clearance there from Rahimi. It's another corner kick for Brazil, and Mateo Cunha will step up again for Brazil. And you can see a couple of players getting into the 18-yard area of Morocco. Ball comes in beautifully. Bono with the punch. Rafinha, Luis Enrique. Good play here. A chance! And that was a feebly struck effort. But with that notwithstanding, that was a great build out there from Brazil.
Yeah, brilliant one. Luis Enrique laid the ball, but then
it was a very bad attempt
that's from the player who,
yes, all he needed to do is to whip the ball in. There were enough bodies that if they get the ball and then they connect it, that's a goal. But then if you look at the way Morocco have played in this game, I think that a 1-1 is fair. They don't deserve to lose. The way Morocco, they've been, in fact, if they win, it will be that the better team won. But if they are not going to win, I think that 1-1 will be a fair result. And then the other teams in their group, I think that they will beat them fair and square. And at the end of the day, it will be who scores the most goals that will top Group C.
Sadly. So the battle line has been drawn, and it's just a battle between Morocco and, of course, Brazil. Haiti and Scotland will come up later on in that fixture, forming part of Group C's fixture. There's a push, an edge. What is the referee's decision?
It's a corner kick.
And it's surely going to be a corner kick. But there's a player down and in pain. Gabriel. So look again at the whole situation. Yes, there was an edge there.
As for then, that was not a foul.
Not strong enough.
But then at the end of the day, he got the last touch on the ball, and that is the reason why they'll get a corner kick. But when they just decided to body check each other, one is obviously stronger.
Definitely. So corner kick here for Morocco, looking to get their second of the night. But can Morocco capitalize on this? But let's see how the delivery will look like here. El Mouabi sensing across, a decent one, of course, and the ball will be headed out by Cunha. And again, we've done 5 minutes of the 10 minutes of other time, and it's still Brazil 1, Morocco 1. A scoreline that everyone thinks is fair. I mean, generally speaking, it's a fair scoreline. Mathieu Cunha was just crowded by a couple of red and green jerseys. Ball comes infield. Good play here for Morocco. Wonderful switch again. Ball gets to Ashraf Hakimi, but I couldn't quite keep that. But again, the ball comes in here for Morocco, who switch play beautifully to the right-hand side. Great stop there from Danilo. And good invitation there for Bono, who gives a one-time hit of the ball. And communication goes wrong again from Gabriel. And again, the Moroccans will try to come back in numbers. A high-foot challenge. And it's a free kick in a very wonderful position here for Morocco. Frank, the angle is very good for Morocco.
And even though the game has been two attacking teams playing, it's been very rough. We've seen plenty of fouls, plenty of very bad tackles, and it looks like the South American teams playing at the Copa America. However, there's a good opportunity in the range of Hakimi. I don't know if he will go for a cross or rather go for the strike on its own. Let's see how they're able to get the best out of this situation.
Let's see how they'll be able to get the best out of this situation. Free kick in a very good position. And two players behind it conspiring to get a good effect here for the Moroccans. Ball has been lobbed lightly, but into the waiting arms of Alisson Becker, who hasn't been tested in the second half generally.
At all. He hasn't been tested at all. You see the striking and then the attacking threats that we expect, we've not seen it much from the Moroccans, and then the likes of Sabari, and then when Brahim was on, even though he wasn't able to play, Brahim, he takes on the defenders, he goes on to meet the keeper and then tries to score. We have not seen that, and so he hasn't been tested enough, as you said.
Good opportunity. Let's see how things may go. And the ball gets to the left-hand side here for the Moroccans to come back in numbers. Oh, this is a beautiful play here, overwhelmingly delightful, I should say.
So you see, Rafinha was disappointed because
there was nobody behind.
Yes, because if there was another Brazilian player who was there to close him up, yes. But I also think that the referee has been very unfair to Vinicius in this game. There's been a lot of fouls on Vini that the referee has constantly decided to ignore.
Good opportunity here for Ashraf Hakimi, who is making some progressive run. A great opportunity! What a save from Alisson! Go for! And again, the ball was spilled back. Great intervention again from Alisson Becker. Nearly resulting.
Okay, the ball bounced on the pitch. That's why it was difficult for Alisson.
Yeah.
But his reaction was better than even the save.
Yeah. I seen from the way the half is going. Wow, that was a wonderful save there from Alisson Becker. Nearly resulting. So the last minutes of the 10 minutes of added time to go. And Ashraf Hakimi is stepping up to take the last gracious moment here for the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Hakimi with the delivery. Referee will have none of that. But let's see whether Brazil will be able to defend this one. It's a great header out. Back in again here from Morocco. It's been a delightful play so far, and sadly, the game will end in a stalemate. I mean, we're just about 15 or less seconds more to the end of the 90 minutes of play. Great game it has been so far for both teams. Oh, this is beautiful, full of confidence. And so finally the whistle will go for the end of what has been an entertaining 90 minutes plus of a play at the MetLife International Stadium in New Jersey. A game that had so much to it, of which the connoisseurs were expecting a very decent 90 minutes of play, but in the end, the game really did live up to its expectations, Frank.
It was an exciting game to watch, and overall, I think I've been satisfied with what I've watched this night. And I was hoping there was going to be more goals, but I think they gave us what PSG and Bayern Munich did in the first leg and the second leg of their semi-final game. They gave us very attacking play in the first half, but once the second half started and the changes were made, they all decided to stay back and look for fault from their opponents in attack.
All right, thanks very much for joining us. 90 minutes plus 10 additional at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. It was Brazil 1, Morocco 1. We will take a quick break. We'll come back with the full match analysis.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment. I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
All right, so welcome back. It was 1-1 between Morocco and then Brazil. Let's wrap things up. Ben, were you satisfied with what you saw?
Yeah, I think the matches that we've watched, this is one of the games that has given us the excitement in terms of looking at quality of play from both teams. I think it's been very decent. You have the experienced Carlo Ancelotti coming in with this Moroccan coach taking over not so long ago, but you could see the kind of game that they play, not much different from Walid Regragui, but you could see that this one is more of an attacking mindset, and it's really helped them to unsettle the Brazilians. And then initially they started from the onset very well, but as the game progressed, and then after getting the lead, they sort of relaxed a bit, and the Brazilians came back with the Vinicius equalizer. And then in the second half, I think it was both sides having their moments, but unfortunately, they weren't able to find the back of the net, and it ended in a 1-1 draw. As we've already said, or earlier said, it's a fair result for both teams. And then I think that they would go on with the aim of winning their games. I think the other opponents, they will be able to get points, and then we'll see who tops the group. But for Brazil, it was a time where we were looking at, are they really ready? Are they ready to compete with the big guns in the competition? And then by this performance that they've given us, I think they are okay. Yeah, they are not bad. You will see, so when they play, you will see a lot of disjointed team. But I think this one, there is a clear goal, and there is an intention where they want to create some sort of style of play and then be able to churn out the results. I think it's a good play from them. I didn't really expect that, but I think it's good play. And Carlos' substitutions too also did magic for them. Otherwise, I think the Moroccans would have taken the lead, and before I don't know, they would have come back. But I think it was a game where the Moroccans could have won. But Carlos' experience came to the party, and it came to the fore, and that helped them to secure that 1-1 draw.
All right, so thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you to Prince, Benjamin, and then Frank for staying with us and making sure that we do this. And we'll be back tomorrow with the game between Ecuador and then the Elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire. But then the other games that will be played will be Haiti and then Scotland, Australia, and then Turkey. Now, let me acknowledge my sponsors before I go. Let's talk about DSTV. Yes, DSTV, says that if you are already a subscriber, you can watch every World Cup game with just 58 Ghana cedis. Yes, 58 Ghana cedis, and you can watch every single game on DSTV. So the people who are always insulting us in the comment section that why are you not showing the game, please go and then get DSTV. Yes, go and get DSTV. As for us, we don't have the right. Yes, we don't have the right. So go and get DSTV, official broadcaster of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, every day is a goal. Yes, every day is a goal, and that is Malcolm. Malcolm, where Ghana shop. Malcolm says, spend 800 Ghana cedis and more and stand a chance to win big every week. So these are the items that Malcolm will be sharing. 3 cars, 598 television, 4 Samsung Galaxy Fold, 10 LG sound bars, and 40,000 Ghana cedis worth of gift vouchers. So that is what they will be sharing. Rush energy drink. Yes, Rush energy drink. Just go and then get your own Rush energy drink. Yes, Rush energy drink. Be bold and then be you. Now, Just Chinese. Yes, Just Chinese with just 559 Ghana cedis. You can get yourself a meal that you will be satisfied to the core. Yes, you will be satisfied to the core. So Just Chinese, we are at Airport Residential East Legon, and then also these are the contacts on your screen. You can just pause the video and then take a screen grab or a screenshot, and that is Just Chinese. Ulas Enterprise. Ulas Enterprise. Ulas Enterprise, if you are looking for generator set, wheelbarrow, compactors, drilling machine, water pump, it is Ulas Enterprise. You can contact them on 020-300-5498, 0248-169258. Ulas Enterprise, Ajengano and Portia Hotel. There is also Verna Natural Mineral Water. Verna Natural Mineral Water. Yes, nature's finest. Wherever you go, wherever you find yourself, you get Verna natural mineral water. So thanks to the entire production crew for being our backbone. Tony, Kelvin, Kwame, Richard, Portia. Thank you very much. We'll meet again on Sunday at 10 p.m. for Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. Don't forget that our coverage is mostly centered on the African team. My name is Joe Leshen, and we are out.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
Introducing the Biggest Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink. It's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is